This is NOJHL Game Day, presented by BrokerLink. How goes it, folks? I am Alex Bastiavansky. Great to see you again. We've got lots to cover today, and I've only got a few minutes to do it, so let's go.
That was Lucas Fever that was set to take the draw, but instead comes in Kupal, who loses it. Newton shoots right off the face-off and scores! Nolan Newton found the loose puck.
Nolan Newton breaking the ice for the Cubs last night against Iroquois Falls, and Newton was just getting started in this contest.
But his shots have either been blocked or redirected. Newton with great hands. Look at Newton, he scores! Oh, baby, there's the Nolan Newton we all know and love. That is a highlight reel goal and a half. And the Cubs have an on-man rush the other way. This is a 3-on-2. Bouchard able to get around Lacroche, and now loose on the side, they score! Dax Klinkhammer! Puck is behind the goal, Klinkhammer pulls it free. Jacobson ready to Lazarus now, Newton ducking out of the way, rebound try, they score! Dax Klinkhammer's got a pair! Navarro with 8:20 to go in the third period, chipping it off the glass, that's enough to just get to the red line. Willoughby able to get around Jacobson, ready with a nice move. Oh, beautiful curl and toe drag move. He scores! Oh, what a beauty from Lucas Willoughby. Back to the line, Rissman. Rissman across for Newton with room. He shoots and scores! Throw him if you got him. Nolan Newton with his second hat trick of the season will ice it.
What a game by Newton as he picks up the hat trick. Sudbury skates away with the 5-1 win over the Storm. Two teams desperately in need of points. French River hosting Blind River, and it was the Rapids that drew first blood in this one.
Picked up again by the Rapids here in the corner. Trying to get that out, comes to the point. Rojo Bolden finds the corner and he scores! Quick shot, seeing eye. I mean, I could see that corner wide open, and he just picked it.
Unfortunately for French River, that is as good as it got in this game.
Puck at the point. Fed over, quick shot. And that's going to go 5-hole on Bureau Morel. Puck in the rapid zone down at the far end. Comes back to the point, quick shot. And that goes off the glove of Bureau Morel. Looked like he was going to catch that one easy and ends up in the top corner for a goal from the Blind River Beavers. Over the blue line now. Pass across. Flipped in and they score on the rebound.
Great first save.
Great first save and just no one there.
And the third, they would continue to pad their lead as Wyatt Jarrett pots his second of the contest. Blind River grabs a much-needed win as they take this contest 5-1, the final score. Okay, your NOJHL Players of the Month were announced for October. Joseph Coates at forward, defenseman Max Dikoff, goaltender Alexandre Boivin, and Rookie of the Month, Benjamin Kupal. Let's start off with Joseph Coates, who had a fantastic month. 21 points in 8 games. He leads the league scoring race. 6 goals, 15 assists over that time for the Paper Kings. Boivin in goal. What a month. 4-0. A 3.46 goals against average. Beautiful saves like that. A 901 save percentage. Your Rookie of the Month is brought to you by Journal Printing, Northern Ontario's largest printer. Journal Printing, on time, every time. And it is Benjamin Kupal of the Iroquois Falls Storm. Great month. 8 points, 7 goals in just 5 games for the Storm. And another new sponsor to welcome on board, your Defenseman of the Month, brought to you by Orendorf and Associates, Sudbury's personal injury lawyers. And Max Dikoff is your Defenseman of the Month. 6 points, 3 goals, 3 assists in 5 games for the Sioux Thunderbirds. Okay, big stuff on tap for tonight. Espanola taking on Iroquois Falls. The Paper Kings have been great to start the year, and they have won 3 of their last 4. The Storm, of course, lost last night in Sudbury. Espanola 5-3 so far. Iroquois Falls fell to 3-3 with that defeat last night. French River Sioux Eagles, something's got to give in this one. The last 2 remaining winless and pointless teams in the NOJHL so far this season, hooking up. The Rapids 0-6, the Eagles 0-7 on the campaign thus far. How good is this one going to be? Maybe the league's two biggest rivals hooking up. Hearst and Timmins. Of course, the Lumberjacks did knock the Rock out of the playoffs in the second round last year in a great series. Hearst 7-1 start. The Rock are 4-2 and Powassan taking on Kirkland Lake. The Miners have lost 3 of their last 4, although one was in overtime after a good start to the season. The Voodoos looking great, tied for second in the standings with 10 points. They are 5-1-0 so far. And big news, the Centennial Cup host has been announced for next spring. It will be the Summerside Western Capitals of the Maritime Junior Hockey League. The 4th time they've actually hosted the event, May 7th to 17th in PEI. Head to hockeycanada.ca for more information. Primetime player from last night, we had to give it to Nolan Newton, who's just been outstanding for the Cubs since returning this season. 11 points in 4 games so far, and he scored his second hat trick of the campaign last night in that win over the Storm. And your play of the day brought to you by BrokerLink Auto, Home, and Business Insurance. BrokerLink, life is confusing. Your insurance shouldn't be. The Storm may have lost, but Lucas Willoughby had this gorgeous play.
Navarro with 8:20 to go in the third period, chipping it off the glass. That's enough to just get to the red line. Willoughby able to get around Jacobson. Ready with a nice move. Oh, beautiful curl and toe drag move. He scores. Oh, what a beauty from Lucas Willoughby. That is as good a goal you are going to see this season. Lucas Willoughby undresses the defense to break the shutout bid.
And that's all the time we've got for today. But just a reminder, all throughout the season, to stay up to date on everything that's going on with the NOJHL. Be sure to check out the league's official social media outlets. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items, or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
Hello and welcome inside the Powassan Sportsplex for a Friday evening matchup between the Powassan Voodoos and the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners, a team that these two teams have already met up once this year, and it was the Voodoos who defeated the Miners 5-1 last Friday in Kirkland Lake. They also met up, though, Harrison. We got the opportunity to call the game in New Lisker during the preseason between these two teams, and the Voodoos getting the victory in that one as well. Should be a good one here on tap from the Sportsplex.
And we have some guys firing in with a lot of points. Let's talk about one note. Caleb Dawson comes off a career-high 4-point game, 1 goal, 3 assists in an 8-3 win over the Iroquois Falls Storm. Dawson led all scorers last week with 5 goals and 3 assists in 3 games last week, as he was named one of the league's weekly stars, 3rd star. He's also been running along all season at a 1.67 points per game pace.
Pretty impressive stuff as well from the former North Bay Trappers standout. Speaking of North Bay Trappers, Caden Cowell has continued to quietly lead the Voodoos in scoring with 4 goals and 9 assists for 13 points on the season, and he has points in every game so far this season. So he's been stringing together some really good games. He had a good game, of course, last Friday as well in Kirkland Lake. So looking forward to seeing him put up some more here today. On the flip side, though, the Gold Miners have scuffled as of late a little bit after starting out strong. They still have a winning record, but Nathan Harper brings them paces them in points with 5 points through 6 games. He has 3 goals on the year. Fittger as well up there, Evans. You know, it's still a dangerous team indeed, but they'll have their hands full with the Powassan Voodoos tonight.
And speaking of lineup in the Powassan Voodoos, there's been a couple of shake-ups. Forward Addison Murphy-Rogers was sent to the Sarnia Legionnaires for a development fee. And also out of the lineup, they were without Marcus Kratz and Dylan Roussel last Saturday due to lower body injuries. Both will be in the lineup tonight. Devin Brown will miss his 3rd straight game, though, with an upper body injury.
You mentioned those two guys, Marcus Kratz and Dylan Roussel. Both of those guys were injured in that game in Kirkland Lake. And also welcoming to the Voodoos is 2007 birth year forward Pavel Barclay. He's hoping to make his debut, and he's from South Carolina. He played AAA last year in Pittsburgh and started the year with the Dauphin Kings of the Manitoba Junior Hockey League. The Voodoos have good experiences getting players from Dauphin, as they acquired Austin Seibel from that team last year. Almost a year ago, almost to the day, it feels like.
It was right before the NOJHL showcase, where he did make his debut right before that showcase, in fact, as we do have both teams taken to the ice now, and the national anthem.
We ask you to rise. Hats and stand for the Canadian national anthem.
All right, now that we're almost ready to go, we'll go through the starting lineup for the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners. Up front is Jordan Ficker, Owen O'Grady, and Aaron Lenars. On the back end is Finn Manatari and Tyson Anderson. In goal is Glenn McGinnis, who will be tending the pipe for the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners. Harrison, why don't you tell us who's our starters for the Voodoos, if you can.
Starting tonight for the Powassan Voodoos, we have Justin Russo, Jesse Lefebvre, Kayla Dawson, Dylan Roussel, Marcus Kratz, and making his fourth NOJHL start is Cole Vrugden-Hill.
McInnes, he's 2-1 on the season with a .296 goals against average and an .894 save percentage. Vrugden-Hill, he's 2-1 with a .268 goals against average and a .922 save percentage. All decked out in all black pads. Looking sharp back there for the Voodoos. That's Kratz chasing after it as we're underway. The Gold Miners in the road whites are going right to left in this one, or rather left to right, I should say. That's how you read. The Voodoos in their home greens are going right to left. Now we got it. As the puck is sent back in, Leonard, sharp angle, try to get it out front. Russo is able to intercept that and get it away from danger, but it's the Gold Miners early with a lot of pressure. Kept in, Harvey sends it around. Now Leonard is back out front, picked off by Kratz. That was a dangerous pass. Now he tries to get it out, but Harvey sends it right back towards Vrugden-Hill, and Vrugden-Hill covered it up. Then he decided to let it go, but the referee had just blown his whistle at the same time. In this game last Friday, again, it was very quick with the defensemen. All of a sudden, the Voodoos were down to just four healthy defensemen when they lost Roussel and Kratz in the first and second period. So it's nice to see the Voodoos back with all six to start this game. As a pass out of the zone by DeBox, hits a stick and goes out of play. Sorry, Harrison.
No, indeed, it's good to have a pretty much full lineup here tonight. You want to keep guys healthy, especially before the two-day game gauntlet that is the showcase coming up. And the Voodoos will be one of the teams facing the visiting St. Andrews College, who will be making an appearance at that event as a special guest.
Yeah, it should be interesting for sure. Lots of good players have come through St. Andrews down near Aurora, Ontario. That's probably going to be the southernmost team that's ever played in the NOJHL. Puck back to the point. Allen with it. Allen takes a shot, and that's Vrugden-Hill's first save of the game.
Kirkland Lake's been keeping up the pressure here early. They've entered the zone and haven't backed out once. They've been fighting hard along the boards and a couple of deflections. The Voodoos have to clear this, otherwise they're going to get hemmed in early, and Kirkland Lake's just going to keep up the pressure. They've been doing an excellent job so far.
Face off in the Voodoos zone. Now a chance here for the goal miners, but they can't quite get a shot on goal. It's picked up by Cowell. Cowell tries to get it out. It's in the slot. They score! Cowell, costly giveaway, and the gold miners pounce on it. It's 1-0 as they beat Vroogdenhill on the blocker, and that's going to be Harper with his 4th of the season.
They just put their foot on the gas and they kept up the pressure. The Voodoos couldn't clear the zone. It's not a big zone to clear, but they couldn't get clear passing lanes, couldn't chip it along the boards. Taking the puck into the center of the ice, into the center of the slot, was just a dangerous play that ended up biting the Voodoos.
Back underway now. The Voodoos finally get the puck down into Kirkland Lake territory, but they already find themselves down by 1. As the puck gets back to the blue line, Kratz keeps it out, or rather, he tried to keep it in and it just got out. Now the gold miners with possession in their own zone again. Puck to the far side, and Bradley just missed it. Now it's Brownlee down the ice. Head chasing after his man, or Burnett rather. Now out front, good tip, just went wide of the net. Brownlee, who was let go by the gold miners during training camp, and the Voodoos were more than happy to pounce on him. Paid off quickly for the Voodoos as Brownlee scored a goal in the very first game of the season. Now Brownlee, sharp angle, tries to get it out to Bradley. And now there's going to be a penalty called here, as it looks like it's going to be the gold miners going on the penalty kill.
The Voodoos have to take advantage of this. The Voodoos have made teams pay both on the power play and killing penalties. Through 6 games, the Voodoos have scored 6 shorthanded goals. Now on the power play, the Voodoos have netted 10 power play markers, led with 3 from Anthony Boys.
Jax Pereira, the battalion prospect, is on the draw, and it's one back to Bagley. Bagley sends it into the corner, and now it's along the wall. Left there, Cowell chasing after it, but it gets to Boys. Now Cowell had the puck, he was knocked off it, and they get the puck off to the far side to Pereira. Pereira walks to the blue line. Pereira still has the puck, going for a skate around the front. Now it's into the slot, but they couldn't get a shot away. Now Bagley thought about shooting it, held on. Now it's Cowell back to Pereira. Pereira looking through his options, threw it to Bagley. Bagley just gets it away, and that one just bounced wide of the net. Now a chance out front, but it goes back to the blue line. Pereira plays it in for Saginaw. Saginaw tries to flip it back in. He does. Cowell bats it down, and now the puck to Boys. Boys in the corner. Boys gets it around for Pereira. Pereira knocked off the puck by Rusu, and now picked back up by the Voodoos. And a lane to the front. Good chance there. It's blocked in front, though. And the clearing attempt is picked up by Cowell. Cowell with a nice move. Gets it back now to the point again. Pereira with a move. Now Pereira shoots, and what a save made by McInnes as Jax Pereira, a rare player to score in the OHL before coming to the NOJHL, shows why he's so well thought of in the hockey circles.
The Voodoos putting up a ton of pressure against the 4th-ranked penalty kill in the NOJHL. The gold miners sitting at 83.3%, getting a variety of shots, passes to the bumper, individual plays, shots from the point. This is an excellent start to the Voodoos' man advantage.
Kratz off the draw, got it to Roussel. Roussel with a shot, and that one's knocked aside by McInnes. Now it's down the ice. Vroogdenhill leaves the puck. Kratz picks it up. Under a minute on the man advantage. Kratz loses the puck in his own zone, but he makes nothing out of it for Kirkland Lake as he was able to knock it away. Now it's Lefebvre out of his zone. Lefebvre down the ice. Lefebvre shoots it into the corner. It's going to be picked up by the Miners. And now Lefebvre throws a hit in the corner. And it's back to Roussel. Roussel to Kratz. Kratz takes the shot. That one hits a body. Now a chance in the slot. The Voodoos try to get that back on net, and they couldn't. And the puck's going to go down the ice. Vroogdenhill out to play it. Vroogdenhill leaving it for Kratz. Kratz, almost 4 minutes gone in this game now. And Kratz has the puck in his own zone. Kratz gets it up for Dawson. Dawson takes a big hit by Allen. And now the puck out front for Russo to Kratz. Takes the shot, and that one's blocked. Now Russo. Dawson hobbled, goes back to the bench. Now it's Head. Head with the puck in his own zone. Head stops up, plays it to Kratz. Kratz, as we're back to 5-on-5, gets it to Russo. Russo up for Boys. Boys trying to get to the inside. His backhand attempt just went wide. Now it's back again for Boys. Boys leaves it for Russo. Russo, he's knocked off the puck. And now the gold miners still have possession, trying to get it out. They do. Head bounces the puck back in. Going back for it is Anderson. Back for Head. Head knocks it in. Now Saginaw with the puck. Saginaw. He's knocked off of it. He tried to get it out front. He did. And now Marnell has the puck. Marnell gets it in for Boys. Boys chasing after it. Looking for it through their options as the puck is along the half wall. Now it's Marnell. Marnell to the far side for DeBox. DeBox with a shot. And that one was kicked aside. Now Marnell keeps it in. Marnell towards the net. It's chipped on front. And that'll be a couple of more saves for McInnes as the Voodoos all over Kirkland Lake here.
The Voodoos getting a lot of solid chances on the power play. Aside from a goal, that's something to be very happy with, how you moved, how you set up the plays. And even as the power play wound down, you go on the rush, Boys gets a really good opportunity. If not for the efforts of Tyson Anderson on the back check, they keep it rolling, they keep up this zone pressure and got a lot of good looks here early.
Going to redo the draw here in the Kirkland Lake zone. Voodoos ready for it. It's Pereira for the draw. Pereira wins it back to Cowell. Cowell with a shot. And McInnes making the save there. The Gold Miners were up 2-0 in shots. It's now 5-2 in favor of the Voodoos.
And nice quick play off the draw through traffic. Will jump over the puck, just reveal the lane. But so far, McInnes has been tracking the puck fairly well, especially through traffic.
Off the draw, the Gold Miners get it down the ice. It's going to roll. And it's going to go for icing against Kirkland Lake as Bagley's back to it first. 14:42 left in the first. It's still 1-0 Kirkland Lake.
The Voodoos bouncing back very well, not letting the scoreline get to them. Again, it's just a one-goal game, still at the top of this match, top of the period. Still lots of time to come back, and they're doing all the right things to put themselves in a position to tie.
Off the draw, the Gold Miners have it. They get it down the ice, but not past the neutral zone as Bagley gets it. Bagley with a shot from out deep. Now it's Cowell. Cowell gets it around. It's Russo with it. Russo, or rather. Now it's Barkley, the newcomer. He's knocked off the puck. And it's back to Jasoni. Jasoni tried to get a shot, and he fanned on it. Now the Gold Miners going the other way. Walking in is Wilson. Wilson takes the shot. He throws that one wide. And his shot hit the corner and goes all the way down the ice back into Gold Miners territory. Russo with the puck. Down the ice, into the corner. No icing though as it's waved off. Kratz has it. Down the ice, Kratz with some speed. Marcus Kratz walks in. Kratz with the shot, and that one goes wide. And now his shot is going to hit the corner and go down to the Voodoo zone. Now Brownlee fanning on that pass attempt. Lost it. Now Kratz trying to find Brownlee in the neutral zone again. Brownlee chasing after it. It's picked up in the corner as Burnett tried to get to it. Now he throws a hit behind the net. Gold Miners with the puck in their own zone. Looking through their options. Brownlee tried to get a piece of it, but he's knocked off. Now in the slot, Bradley with a chance. Rebound is right there. Oh, a good kick made by McInnes as Bradley had a golden opportunity in the slot. He got a good shot away, and then the rebound was chopped at, and McInnes was able to kick it away.
A lot of golden opportunities here for the Voodoos. They're asserting themselves in front of the net really effectively. They're getting these chances and the loose pucks. The pressure is going their way. Getting these continued draws helping as well. Sony gathering up as they will redo the face-off. McInnes has certainly had his work cut out for him, and he's put quite a few excellent saves.
Well, Fabian for the draw now. It's won by the Gold Miners, though. Alexander down the ice. Alexander walks in, gets it into the corner. It's picked up by Jasoni. Jasoni down the other way. Nice little move by Lefebvre to send the puck back to Bagley, but now it's back, and Jasoni picks it up in his own zone. Jasoni going around behind the net. Plays the puck up for Dawson. Good to see him back out there. And the puck is dumped in. McInnes is going to get a glove on it, and he will just cover up, and we'll get a stoppage here.
I mean, aside from that opening, the Voodoos have looked very good on the bounce back. They're keeping up this zone pressure. They're making sure that they're not getting hemmed in their own zone. The breakout is really quick, and they're having excellent zone entries. They're super clean. They're hardly ever getting held up on the blue line. 12:44 remaining in the period. There's still lots of time to make something happen.
In for the draw, that's head. It's won by the Gold Miners. Now the Gold Miners trying to get it around in their own zone. Leoners gets to it. And now Marnell's in a foot race to get the puck back with O'Grady. Marnell lost it in the corner. It's picked up by the Gold Miners and away they go. Now in the Voodoos zone. O'Grady tries to get around head. He's pinned into the boards. Puck is still down there. Marnell battling for it as well. Now back to the blue line. It's thrown towards the net. Brugden Hill makes the save. Kicking into the corner. His first shot on goal since the goal by Harper. Puck on the near side wall. Played back, and it's DeBox with it. DeBox, who finally scored his first ever NOJHL goal in the last game, after he was robbed of a goal in the Espanola game. Kratz has the puck, leaves it behind his net for Roussel. Roussel flipping it up, gets it to Cowell, or Barkley rather. Now it's back for Kratz. Kratz dipsy doodles his way to the blue line and dumps it in, chasing after it. Now it's back to the blue line. Roussel keeps it in. Roussel throws it towards the net, and that one hits a body into the slot, and the Gold Miners recover. Now Roussel does a good job to pick up the puck, nearly falling down though, as he hit an edge there with Dianov and nearly got taken down. Now Roussel and Dianov have a few words, and they're going to mix things up here before the linesmen get in.
And Kirkland Lake getting their first sort of quote-unquote extended bit of zone time there, about 20 seconds worth since the goal. As you said, Courtney, they got their first shot on goal since the 1-0, but the Voodoos still keeping up the habit of breaking out quickly, not letting more than one chance become dangerous.
Off the draw, Cowell. Got it to Pereira. Playing it around on the far side. Now it's Bagley with it. Bagley given away as Harvey was able to get a piece of it, but now it's down the ice. Pereira chasing after it. Gold Miners pick it back up. Now it's back for Jasoni. Jasoni throws it in from neutral zone. It's played by McInnes. Now Rusu with it down the ice. Battling for it, comes out front, but Jasoni picks it up. Jasoni off the boards. Now playing for it again. Back to Cowell. Cowell got it up for Burnett. Now it's Burnett going through, walking in, and that's going to be called offside by the linesman who was right there. And we'll get a stoppage here as he has a few words with Dianov. Dianov just kind of getting under the skin of a few Voodoos here.
Just making himself known, ruffling the feathers a little bit early. Nothing wrong with that. Especially being up 1-0, just keeping them thrown off your game. Maybe draw a penalty of your own. Just a couple of sandpaper guys trying to do what they do best.
Puck back in, the Gold Miners trying to get it out. It takes a weird bounce and is kept in momentarily by the Voodoos, but they still have possession as it's back. Now Marnell's cross-ice pass is nearly picked off. Now it's flipped back in. Brugden tried to get to it. Now it's in the corner. Wilson has the puck. Now it's out front. Save made by Brugden into the corner. Still with possession, and that's another sharp angle chance, and that one's going to come out to the blue line. Now Brownlee with it. Brownlee still battling for it along with Bradley. Bradley out there. Gets it back to the blue line. Roussel tried to throw it on net. That one hits the glass behind the net. Now it's back out for Roussel. Roussel with a shot. Good chance there. Oh, just rolled wide of the net as it was off a Voodoo player. Roussel sent it in. It hit McInnes and bounced into the slot. The Voodoos out-chancing the Miners here in this period, but they find themselves down 1-0 on the scoreboard. Now the puck on the far side. That's going to be Kratz. Back to Bradley. Bradley throws it towards the net. Good chance there on the sharp angle. And that one is Lefebvre who hits the blocker of McInnes, who's done a good job in this period. Roussel sends it right back in. Russo chasing after it. Now the puck flipped all the way around. Evans picking it up, sends it down the ice. Now a good pickup by Dawson, but he lost it. And now it's Russo in the neutral zone. Russo tried to play it back. Now it's up the ice as it hit a minor body. And the Voodoos get it in deep to the near side. Leaners with the puck back to the blue line. Jasoni throws it on net. And that one's going to be kicked aside by McInnes and out of play, which will bring us to our mid-period break. And we'll be back with more Voodoos and Gold Miners hockey on the other side of this. And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex for the second half of period number 1 between the Powassan Voodoos and the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners. Shots on goal favor the Voodoos 12-4 after the first almost 12 minutes of gameplay. But they find themselves down 1-0 on the scoreboard to Kirkland Lake as Saginaw has the puck in deep and couldn't quite get a shot away. Now it's to the near side. Jasoni keeps it in. Jasoni plays it around the end wall. Boys gets to it on the far side. Boys back to the point. Bagley rims it right back around. Jasoni coming up to it. However, he was nearly given away. Now Saginaw walking. Saginaw scores! Ryan Saginaw! And the Voodoos are in flight here as he scores his 5th of the season. It's a 1-1 hockey game.
And with the chances the Voodoos were getting, it felt like the zero had to break at some point. They showed a lot of presence on the power play, were able to find a lot of space in the Kirkland Lake zone, and Ryan Saginaw does just that. He finds the puck, is able to skate to the open ice right in dangerous spot in front of the house, is able to snipe this one to the top glove corner. An excellent tying goal.
Now Pereira off to the races. Pereira walks in. Pereira going around behind the net, throws it out front, rebound chance, but that one stopped by McInnes. Of course, Saginaw always showing great spirit whenever he shows a goal or scores a goal. The pride of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Now Cowell walks in. Cowell tried to flip it over to Pereira, and that one, he nearly batted that one home. Ryan Saginaw, great to have him back on the Voodoos this season, as that's going to go for icing against the Gold Miners.
The Voodoos just not resting on their laurels. They keep up the pressure again. They're finding odd man rushes now. An excellent 3-on-2 developed there, and just keeping up the game plan. 14-4, the shots in favor of the home team. Outside of the 2 in the opening goal for Kirkland Lake, and then the scattered shots after that, the Voodoos have been completely in control.
Marnell tried to get a shot from the point. It hit a body, though, and went wide. Now the Gold Miners with possession in their own zone. Rusu got it out, but Marnell quickly pounced on that and threw a mini one-timer, if you will, towards McInnes, but McInnes made the save.
Just the one-touch shot, just something to mix it up. Make sure that you're throwing as much as you can towards the net of McInnes. And the Voodoos have been doing an excellent job of that. They've been heavy in on the forecheck. They've been able to move around the zone very freely. As we saw with the Saginaw goal, he was able to skate in close, but on the power play and on quite a few of their offensive zone opportunities, they've been able to work it high along the blue line really effectively.
Lefebvre with the puck, going for a skate. Sends it right back around for Russo out front. Dawson off the post. Oh, Caleb Dawson was in the right spot. Russo with a nice little pass. And he beat everybody but the iron. As now a point pass. Lefebvre puts his hands to his head looking at Dawson. But a point shot comes in and McInnes is going to glove it down.
The Voodoos seeming to figure out what's working for them, especially shooting against McInnes. A lot of the low shots are creating really juicy rebounds for the Voodoos to get in on, and a couple of high danger opportunities have happened. A couple loose scrambles in front of the net, and the Voodoos going back to the well with Dawson being robbed by a bit of iron there.
Off the draw, it's the Gold Miners down the ice, trying for the stretch pass, but Begley was able to kick that one aside. Now it's a chance into the corner. Leaners with a good stick, trying to get it out front, couldn't quite make it there. Now the puck back to the point, another chance, big save made by Vroogdenhill. As now the Gold Miners with some possession time here in the Voodoo zone. Begley into the corner, tried to play it around for Jasoni. Now it's out front, the Gold Miners in the slot trying to get a shot on goal, and the Voodoos were able to get some traffic in front of that. Now the puck back out front again, another chance, another save there made by Vroogdenhill again. As the goaltender making some nice saves. Now another shot, that one hit Leaners in front and went over the net. Now Head with the puck plays it in for Jasoni. Jasoni sends it right around, and that will probably have the legs to go for icing. So the Voodoos, who have a lot of tired players on the ice, will have to hold off of changing here momentarily.
For all the good the Voodoos have been doing, that is a sequence you do not want to allow happen. Leaving your goalie isolated, facing multiple shooters in from up close. You need to protect the house a bit better. You need to clear the puck quicker. You can't be allowing 3-4 shots in quick succession up close like that. You were doing well earlier, clearing quickly, go back to that.
Now off the draw, the Voodoos are able to get it out, and all of them go for a quick change. And the Gold Miners back on the attack. Wilson walking in on the half wall. Walks across, tries to get a pass out front. Cowell had hit his shin, and then he left the zone thinking someone had it. Now the shot comes in. Vroogdenhill calmly gloves it down.
Vroogdenhill seeing that one from the point very clearly. A little bit of chaos being caused in front of the net, but he's able to see that all the way through. Quick glove. 16-7 the shots. Kirkland Lake slowly climbing the shot clock back up, but we still remain a tie game with 5:32 remaining in this opening frame.
Off the draw. It's going to have to be redone now. Lamontagne wins the draw. Now a shot from outside again is blocked aside by Vroogdenhill. Now Cowell down the ice. Cowell walks in, takes the shot, and McInnes. Oh, he almost put that one in his own net off the rebound as he only got a piece of it. Cowell with a heavy shot. Now Wilson walking in. Wilson gets it in. Barclay, good body to knock him off. Now it's Pereira. Pereira is able to knock it out of the zone. Harvey picks it up and almost picked off by Cowell and is flipped in by the Voodoos. Now Roussel to Kratz. Back for Barclay. Barclay down the ice again into the Voodoo zone. Lamontagne tried to bat it in. Roussel picks it up and he sends it up the ice for Barclay. Barclay to the near side for Cowell. Cowell goes far side, looking to get Pereira in stride. Now the pass back into the corner is picked off by the Miners, and the Gold Miners have numbers. Walking in, trying to get a chance, and it's just going to roll in, and Vroogdenhill is going to make a save. Now Roussel mixing things up again after the whistle in the corner, and Cowell comes in for some support. He definitely has a feeling these two teams have played each other, because they have.
Indeed, one of the few teams that have had a significant repeat. As we said, the last preseason game for both these teams was against each other at quote-unquote neutral ice in New Liskard. Then they played last Friday and now this Friday here at the Sportsplex. Things are certainly chippy.
Puck off the wall. Marnell picks it up. Marnell battling for it. Tries to get it out. He does. Evans in his own zone. Picking it up. Evans with some room to work. Gains the red line, dumps it in. Vroogdenhill out to play it. It goes between his legs, though, and goes to the near side. He had to get back to his net quickly. Now DeBox picking it up. DeBox to the near side. Marnell couldn't quite corral it, but Marnell is able to get a piece of it and down the ice. Allen had Burnett all over him. Now it's flipped down the ice the other way. Now it's Marnell. It's off the shin pad of Brownlee. Down the ice, Jasoni. His pass just got past Bradley. As Bradley didn't really seal his stick against the ice. Now the shot from outside comes to McInnes. And it's back the other way for the Gold Miners. Gold Miners walking in with a good chance there, but Jasoni's able to break it up and trying to get it out, but now it's picked up again by the Gold Miners. walking into the slot with a chance, and they couldn't quite get the shot away. Now onto the far side. Bradley did a bit of a merry-go-round there, but he gets the puck out, and it's off of Dawson's helmet and bounces up and out of play.
A lot of the defensive play by the Voodoos along the boards has been good, but they have caused quite a few issues for themselves as they're trying to break out around the blue line. Not getting that clean pass. We've seen 3 or 4 interceptions turned into odd man rushes into open ice in their own zone. That is something Kirkland Lake is going to take advantage of. In fact, it's how they scored their very first goal.
I like having you along, Harrison, because your hockey sense is fantastic to pick away at sometimes.
Well, Lefebvre has the puck now. So
Oh, I thank you. Lefebvre, yes, with the puck. And the goal miners pick it back up, going the other way. Out to Gustav. Now it's back out front again. A good chance here on the backhand. And that was stopped by Vroogenhill. Puck out front. And somehow it didn't go in, as I don't think the puck ever made its way back to Vroogenhill after he made the initial save. Now the goal miners back the other way. Good stick there by Dawson's, able to knock it away from its intended target. Now Russo with it. Russo tried to find Lefebvre on the far side. To Alexander. Now it's out front, blowing a tire. The goal miners, as that was a good opportunity there for Kirkland Lake. Now Roussel with the puck. Roussel gets around his man. It's a 3-on-1 if they hurry. Roussel walks in, takes the shot, he scores! Dylan Roussel! What a goal by the young defenseman. That's his first with the Voodoos.
I mean, that's about as coast as you can get here at the Sportsplex. Picks it up in his own zone with the assist from the thick paint on the blue line. Taking it through neutral ice, cuts in, picks his spot, and that's the second goal that has beat McInnes on the glove side. They've been figuring that spot out, and on the 19th shot of the game, they get the go-ahead goal with 2:17 in the period. That's just exactly how you want to draw that play. You force the pass, you force the defender off, you get your clean shot, and in this case, you get a goal.
Well, you and I have talked about Dylan Roussel recently in our messenger chat. Both of us big fans of his. Good to see him back and scoring a goal. Now O'Grady on the far side tried to throw it across the ice. The gold miners tried to bat it in. Now another chance is tipped wide of the net. Boyce gets it to the blue line and he gets it out. Picked up by Lenars. Now the other way, it's O'Grady. O'Grady into the corner. Now it's back on the far side. Roussel had picked up a goal in the league prior as an affiliate player. So it's not his first NOJHL goal, but it is his first with the Voodoos. And man, he's been fun to watch in the short term so far. Marnell with the puck in his own zone, 1:20. Going to be fun to watch his hockey career as he evolves over the years. Rusu with the puck behind his own net. Rusu up the ice, got it to Wilson. It's chipped in, so no icing. Bagley chasing after it. Bagley right back down the ice. His pass out of the reach of Barclay. Now it's back in. Jasoni's going to pick it up. Final minute here. It's 2-1 for Powassan. Jasoni got it out, but it's picked up by Kirkland Lake. Now to the near side for Wilson. Wilson throws it right back in. Now it's back to the blue line for Vroogenhill. And Pereira with it. Pereira tried to find Cowell. His pass didn't quite have the accuracy on it. Now it's Pereira at the blue line picking it back up. Pereira to Jasoni. Jasoni flipping it in for Cowell. Cowell in the corner. Takes a hit. Makes the puck go to the far side though for Barclay, but Barclay couldn't quite get there. Now, it's the goal miners the other way with 20 seconds on the clock. Wilson walking in. Wilson with a chance, and that one goes wide of the net. Water bottle is popped, but that's because of an errant stick. And the puck's going to roll in, and Vroogenhill's going to play it. One thing I do want to mention is in the preseason when they met, Derek Champagne played half the game, played unbelievable. That is why Derek Champagne's now on the team. And Derek Champagne started the game in Kirkland Lake. So you had to think that the Voodoos were going to throw Colt Vroogenhill into this game to give the Miners something a little bit different to look at.
Indeed, and it's good to get a goalie accustomed to as many games as possible. This will be, I believe, Vroogenhill's 4th start, and he has been here for every game except for the opening game of the season. And he looks fantastic in all of his starts.
He was a healthy scratch last weekend in the Saturday game against Iroquois Falls. That's what happens when you have a 3-goalie system. So Najot got the start. And also a reminder, Vroogenhill, off that save there, is 15 for still another month. As another chance comes in and he makes a save with literally 1 second on the clock.
He's 6'3", 201. He has a .922 save percentage and .268 goals against average so far in the league. And he's looked very solid tonight. He was a huge part of the opening face-off against the Greater Sudbury Cubs, where he played a huge role in, and he's looked great tonight, recovering well after that first goal against.
Harrison, before we go, I got 2 questions for you.
Yes, sir.
What were you doing when you were 15? Were you playing junior A hockey?
I was watching junior A hockey.
The other thing, before we go, it's my patented question every time. What's your final thoughts on that opening frame?
Voodoos bounced back well to keep the offense up. They've been keeping the pace up, but they need to help protect their goaltender a little bit better. They're allowing a lot of high danger chances from up close. They're losing the battles along the boards behind the net, and especially up close. They need to tighten up on that, or Kirkland Lake, despite having less shots, are going to get more in the back of their net.
All right, we'll be back with more on the other side of this first intermission. Shots on goal 19-11 in favor of the Voodoos. It's 2-1 for the Voodoos as well. We'll be back with more on the other side of this intermission.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items, or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex for the start of period number 2. I'm Courtney Kenny, pleased to be joined by Harrison Clements. And Harrison, why don't you take us around the horn to start things off?
Well, we got quite a few games here in the NOJHL. Of course, we have the 2-1 scoreline of tonight's Voodoos versus Gold Miners game. A little bit further north, we have the Hearst Lumberjacks up 2-0 at the top of the second period over the Timmins Rock. French River is leading the Sioux Eagles 1-0 at the top of the second, and we are not at ones halfway through the first in the Iroquois Falls Storm Espanola Paper Kings match. In this game, let's give a bit of a quick scoring breakdown. We've had 3 goals. Right in the first 2 minutes of play at a minute 17, Nathan Harper was able to grab a turnover and get the Gold Miners on the board. And Ryan Saginaw, at 12 minutes in, was able to get that goal back for the Voodoos, assisted by Anthony Boyes and Braden Begley. And then 5 minutes later, Dylan Roussel with his first goal this season, assisted by Marcus Kratz, was able to get the go-ahead goal to close out this period. We've only had 1 penalty so far to Vive Hickey, which is a minor hooking call. So the Voodoos are 0 for 1 on the power play, and Kirkland Lake improves their penalty kill percentage.
Always a fun time here early in the season, especially at the Sportsplex, when it's not yet minus 30 inside the arena.
A sweater is just enough.
Yep. Well, we always joke about it every single broadcast multiple times that it's usually cameraman Mike Brown's birthday. But for reals, it's cameraman Mike Brown's birthday tomorrow. For reals, for real. So happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
We can actually say it. Hey, see, it's a good thing that Mike Burrito's not here, because I'd say, hey, can you announce Mike's birthday? And he wouldn't believe me. We tricked him once before, so.
Well, last time I called a game, it was also Mike Burrito's birthday.
Look at that. It's the Mikes. As we're underway here, the Voodoos in their home greens are going left to right to start this second period, and the Gold Miners are in the road whites going right to left in this second frame. Russo with a good stick, couldn't quite get it very far though, as now Roussel's going to chase after it. There's a few Roos in this game. Russo, Roussel, and Rousseau. I'll try and get my linguistics, I can't even say that word right. I'll try and get my ruse down as this game goes on. Lefebvre chasing after the puck in the Gold Miners zone, battling for it. He comes away with it. Lefebvre tried to feed it out front for Boyes, and now the puck is back to the blue line. Roussel to the near side. His pass was intended for Head, and it's just away from him. Now Kratz kicks at the puck, but instead it's going to be Dynov who goes after it as it bounced past Kratz. Now Roussel picks it up. Roussel back for Kratz. Kratz still battling for it in the corner. It's going to come to the near side now. Lefebvre chops at it, and that puck's going to go down the ice. Still in good golf form, Jesse Lefebvre, even if we're coming to the end of that season here in Northern Ontario. Now it's back into Voodoos territory. Head picks it up. Head to the near side. Back for DeBox. DeBox flips it down the ice. That one's going to bounce away from Boyes. Now the puck back the other way. Voodoos back through the neutral zone to Saginaw. Saginaw gets it up for Boyes. Back for Saginaw, and he's going to carry that one in offside, as it was indeed offside by about a foot or so.
Probably about the most even we've seen 5-on-5 play happen between these two teams in the opening minute and change of the second period. Both getting a couple of quick rushing opportunities, but both teams back checking well, keeping things to the outside, and nothing really dangerous happening quite yet.
Puck dropped, and away we go again as DeBox chasing after it. Now it's a good chance in for the Gold Miners, and they're going to call a penalty on DeBox here, as they got a little weak shot away on Vrugdenhill, who kicked to the side. Either way, draws the penalty though. So now the Voodoos are going to have to go to the penalty kill. They've also scored a bunch of times on the penalty kill though, as they've scored 6 shorthanded goals in that time.
The Voodoos are second in the league with an 85.2% penalty kill. They've been shorthanded 27 times, allowing 4 goals. But they have, as you said, Courtney, those 6 shorthanded goals for.
Anytime you can be a positive on the penalty kill is big. They scored a nice one in Kirkland Lake last weekend. Caleb Dawson getting that goal on the breakaway. Gold Miners with possession, battling for it down below the line. Walking out with it. That's going to go to the far side. That was Lamontagne. Now a good stick there, knocks the puck away from him. That was Russo. Russo's able to get the puck out of the zone and is kicked up and onto the Gold Miners bench, so out of play with 1:29 left on the man advantage.
Kirkland Lake has struggled on the special teams with the worst record in the league at 10.3%. They have had 39 power play opportunities and 4 power play goals for. They have 3 short-handed goals against.
Off the draw, Marnell drops his man to the ice. That's Williams. Now Evans has it, trying to find Hickey. Marnell was able to disrupt that one, got it to Bagley, chipped it up to the half wall, but it's kept in by Evans. Evans walking the line. Back to the near side again, now back to Evans. Evans going far side. Gold Miners still with possession here. Allen throws it to the near side, and Bagley picks it up. Bagley flings it down the ice, and that'll kill some time here with a minute left on the man advantage. McInnes out to play the puck, leaves it for Evans. Evans going for a skate. Now down the ice. And that's going to knock his man down to the ice. That's the Gold Miners, rather. And that'll mean the puck is back down into Kirkland Lake zone. 40 seconds left on the man advantage. From his own zone is Allen. Allen looking to quarterback the power play. Gets the puck in deep. Chasing after it again is the Gold Miners. Now to the near side. Good chance there. Big save by Vroogdenhill. Oh, he got over. If that was a little bit quicker off the stick, that could have been dangerous, but what a big save by Vroogdenhill. Allen now to the near side. Lost the puck. Lefebvre still battling for it, taking it on the ice. That's Gustav who has it, dumps it in. 5 seconds left on the man advantage. Now it's Bradley with the puck. Bradley tries to poke it forward. He does, and is picked up. Now we're back to 5-on-5. Now Roussel looking down the ice, finds Boys. Boys at the blue line. Boys knocked off the puck and kicked aside by McInnes, as well as Boys couldn't quite get going. Or get his feet going, rather. As now the puck to the near side is Anderson. Twisting and turning with Boys all over him. Gets the puck back out. Bradley picks it up. Bradley looking out front. It's just out of the reach of Saginaw. Now the other way go the Gold Miners. That's Evans. Got it. Kratz picked it up. Wilson has it. Now it's going the other way. Cowell couldn't quite get past his man. And Kratz picks it up in his own zone. Kratz thought he had a little bit more time. Turned around and there was 2 Gold Miners barreling in on him. Now it's Roussel. Roussel walks in. Roussel goes far side and the puck just bounced away from Saginaw, as that was a good play by the young defender. Now the puck to the near side. Dawson plays it into the corner for his billet brother Saginaw. Saginaw is still battling for it in the corner now. As the puck comes back to the blue line. Russo comes away with it. Russo throws it towards the net. That one goes wide, and now it's picked up by the Gold Miners. Picked up by Jasoni. Jasoni throws it back in. It's off the blocker of McInnes. Now Russo with the puck at his own goaltender. Slowly skates it up, taking the real estate the Voodoos have allowed him to. Russo dumps it right back in. It's Bagley on the near side. Bagley off the boards, up for Lefebvre. It's just out of his reach and goes by him. Now it's up again for Lefebvre. Lefebvre gets it in deep. Russo is going to chase after it. Russo in the corner, battling for it. It's going to come away, though, for the Gold Miners. Barclay in there. Flipping it back down the ice. Williams picks it up. Williams walking in, takes the shot. Vroogdenhill couldn't find it right away, and he almost slid back into his net, but stopped himself in time, and then he found the puck to cover up.
Vroogdenhill's had himself quite a few active 3 minutes, as he made a huge save on that cross zone pass to rob the Gold Miners of the tying goal. Right before that was an opportunity being taken in on the breakaway, and then right there, squares up to the shooter, stops the rebound, keeps this to the 1-goal advantage.
Off the draw, the Gold Miners have possession, but Marnell tries to get it out. It is out by Brownlee, but it's given away to O'Grady. O'Grady to Leaners. Leaners back in. Now it's blocked aside as the puck was bouncing towards Vroogdenhill. Now Pereira up the ice, gets it to the box. The box with a nice move to get around his man. Now he passes over to Cowell. Cowell with a shot, and that one's off the shoulder of McInnes and down the ice. Marnell chasing after it. Marnell with the puck behind his own net, leaves it for Pereira. Pereira to Brownlee. Brownlee up for DeBox. DeBox going for a skate. DeBox gets in. DeBox throws it towards the net, tipped on net by Cowell and into the corner. Now it's Cowell again. Cowell walks out of the corner with it, throws it out front, was looking for Brownlee. Brownlee had his stick tied up. Now a good stretch pass is blocked off by DeBox. I guess you could say he boxed him out. That was a terrible joke. I'm here till the end of this game. All right, the other way they go the Gold Miners coming in. Good chance there. Good stick by Vroogdenhill. The puck is still loose. Bouncing around, Vroogdenhill's down on the ice. And somehow the goaltender comes up with it as that play looked all sorts of awkward.
There's been a couple of plays like that in close on Vroogdenhill where the puck's been up high, bouncing around. Technically, it's still live. You got to be careful of those. We've seen it a lot in this net, actually, as early in the first period, McKinnis had something very similar happen to him, but manages to stop that puck with a little bit of help of his teammates. Shots now 22-15. Things starting to even out a bit more here on the shots on goal front for the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners.
Jasoni off the draw, gets the puck down the ice. Lefebvre's in a foot race with Anderson. Anderson's going to come away with it, though. As now the puck back the other way. Jasoni gets it up, and that was off Lefebvre's stick and into the wall. Lefebvre still battling for it. Dawson comes away with it. Dawson's pass back to Jasoni just missed the defender in stride. He has to go back into his own zone to pick it up. Now playing for it along the near side. Still battling for it. Russo knocked off the puck. Now going the other way. The Gold Miners get it down into Voodoos territory. Jasoni tried to flip it back out, but it's kept in by the linesman. Now it's out front again. Good chance. Blocked aside by Vroogdenhill. And the Gold Miners hit the post on the second chance, as that was a play nearly assisted by the linesman. Back into Gold Miners territory. Dawson has it in the far side corner. Dawson knocked into the boards by Anderson. Lefebvre comes away with it. Lefebvre, now he's taken into the boards hard. Back to the point, kept in. Roussel throws that one wide. It's back to the point for Kratz. Kratz sends it in deep. Lefebvre has it on the far side corner. Lefebvre back for Dawson. Dawson knocked hard into the boards behind the net, throws it out front, gets it out front, good chance, and that one hit off the end wall. Kratz looking to go back out front, looking for Head. Head gets to the puck, throws that one just wide. Now Dawson back out front, and Kratz bats that one wide. Now the Voodoos just trying to throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at the net. Good chance here as Head tries to bring the puck out front. Head once again with possession. Head leaves it. Saginaw out front looking for Dawson. The puck is loose, and that one is put aside. And finally, no, it's kept in by the Voodoos, but as they've already vacated the zone, the Gold Miners will finally get it back and out of danger. Kratz, far side, finds his man Boys. Boys looks to go out front, tries to bat it towards the net. Now it's picked up on the far side by Saginaw, or Head rather. Saginaw with it now, out front. That one's knocked aside by McKinnis. Now the rebound was theirs. Boys comes away with it. Boys back to Roussel. Roussel with a shot. That one hits a body, and a Gold Miner falls down. That's Harper. Kratz back in deep again. Boys looking through his options. Skates around, creates some space for himself. Now Head with it. Head back for Boys. Boys on the far side corner. He's knocked off the puck, but he keeps possession of it after nearly losing it. Now the Gold Miners do skate it out to the far side. That was Mantari getting it down the ice. Roussel picks it up, plays it around to the near side for Kratz. Kratz looks up ice. His stretch pass was looking for Cowell off the bench, but O'Grady read that one and picked it off. Down the ice go the Gold Miners the other way. Now Leaner's with it, trying to gain entrance to the Voodoo zone. He does, then is blind behind the back pass, hit the skates of Roussel. Now Roussel with the puck again, gets it out to the blue line. That was the Gold Miners who thought that was Harvey that thought that he had gloved it down, but it's down out of the zone. Now Kratz sends it in over the net. Pereira coming in after it. Pereira still battling for it. Cowell trying to shove it forward on the half wall. Now Cowell just jumps on top of the pile. Couple of bodies on the ice, still battling on the far side wall. Puck is still loose, and going the other way are the Gold Miners. That's Marnell all over his man. Good chance here for the Gold Miners as they can get one off. However, Marnell doing a very good job of keeping anything dangerous from happening. Now the puck is out front, good chance, and that one is gloved down by Vroogdenhill.
That's quite the sequence that we saw from the Voodoos in the offensive zone. Just a grinding cycle, taking absolute control behind the net of McInnes, and just the centering pass after centering pass being thrown towards the net. The Gold Miners were left scrambling. A couple of quick chances the other way, but that was pure forechecking dominance from the Voodoos as we do enter our second period, mid-period break.
And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex for the second half of period number 2 between the Powassan Voodoos and the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners. I'm Courtney Kenny. He's Harrison Clement. It's a 2-1 game for the Voodoos. It almost was a tied game before Cole Vroogdenhill calmly gloved that puck down.
It's almost been a tie game a couple of times in this period as the Gold Miners have had some excellent opportunities on the power play and with a few crisp cross-zone passes.
There's a crisp cross-zone pass, but it was in the air, so no one could corral it as we're back underway in the Voodoo zone. Brownlee, stick handling his way out of danger, gets it up for Bradley. Bradley up again, was looking for the tip by Brownlee. It was just out of his reach, as those two have played together plenty of times with the Trappers a few years ago. Begley, he gets taken down hard in the corner by Allen. As they're still down on the ice, as this game might get a little bit chippy. Now it's a 2-on-1 the other way for the Gold Miners. Gold Miners in, good chance there. What a save by Vroogdenhill. Oh my goodness, getting the pad out to stop that one.
I mean, talk about a changeup. It looks like, again, cross-crease pass, but it hits off a back-checking defender, sort of loses speed, knuckleballs in towards him, and with the stretch out, he's able to get it with the pad and cover with the glove. Vroogdenhill's had excellent horizontal, lateral movement so far in this game. He's been tracking very well, staying with the puck as best as he can. And we've seen a lot of that here in this second frame of play.
As we're getting ready for a draw to the far side of Vroogdenhill's net, we're just getting the referees are talking to the head coach of the Gold Miners. Now they seem like everything's in order. O'Grady in for the draw. He wins it. It's back into the shooting lane, but over the net. Now another chance by Mantari, and that one took a weird bounce off the door where the referees come out. Nearly went right into a dangerous spot for the Gold Miners. Now Russo to Roussel. Up for Lefebvre, going the other way. Russo with the puck. Russo with some speed, but he's knocked into the boards. Puck is lost, and the Gold Miners have it now. Gold Miners get it out. No, they don't. Dawson with a good stick, and he threw that one just over the net. As Dawson was able to glove that one down and keep the whole play onside. And now the puck's going to go down the other way and for icing against the Gold Miners.
Dangerous play as Dawson gets a glove on that one, is able to take a clean shot up the middle, just going wide, still keeping us at a 1-goal game. But again, another dangerous opportunity with failures to clear. They've been starting to bite both teams a bit as they're not clearing the zone cleanly and creating opportunities for the opposition.
You could almost watch that play unfold with Dawson standing there watching it. You could read him, and he read it correctly. Now Begley with a good shot, and that one is off the pads of McInnes and wide. Now Begley, another chance, throwing it in. It's going to hit a body and go into the corner. Anderson with the puck. Puck back to the blue line. Bagley keeps it in, throws it towards the net, and that one's tipped wide by Boys, so it never got on net. Now Jasoni flipping it back down the ice, but it's picked up by Mantari. Mantari goes in, takes a shot. Vroogdenhill makes the save, and the puck back out of the Voodoo zone by Head. Head somehow gets around a few Gold Miners. He's going to get it in, and McInnes is calmly going to make the save on that as the puck just rolled in harmlessly towards his net.
Shot setting at 26-19, still in favor of the guys in green at home. but the Gold Miners have had quite a few high danger chances here in the second period. They were heavily shot out in the first period and just keeping up the pressure, counter-attacking well, despite the heavy pressure being in their own zone.
Puck off the draw. That's Cowell, who had possession of it. Now it's picked up by Pereira for a moment. Puck going the other way. And that's Rusu carrying the puck down the ice. Pereira trying to get a hold of it. Now Pereira does get a hold of it, sends it around to the near side. And Cowell, he has a chance here. Caden Cowell walking in to Barclay. What a chance, and what a big save by McInnes on that attempt. As Barclay nearly had his first goal with the Voodoos. Cowell with the puck on the half wall. Plays it back to DeBox. DeBox back to the point. And that one is blocked aside by McInnes. Marnell knocking his man down in the corner on the far side. Puck comes to Pereira nearly, but now it's across the ice and back down the ice into the neutral zone. Barclay picks it up, and we're going to get a stoppage here for a hand pass. What a big save by McInnes.
McInnes, luckily for him, had lots of time to read where the pass was coming. It was only going to go one way, and it did. But he still comes up big, is able to slam close the 5-hole and keep his team in this. McInnes has been sharp, especially on those dangerous rushing opportunities.
Both goaltenders coming up strong in this period indeed. Roussel, cross ice to Kratz. Kratz gets it down the ice. That one's off the stick of Burnett and into the meshing end out of play. 6:13 left on the clock, 28-19. It's going to be a busy week of hockey next week, Harrison, as we're going to be in Sudbury covering the NOJHL Showcase.
It's my favorite event of the year.
It's one of mine, too.
I know the hockey season's been going for a little bit, but it sort of always coincides with the NHL season started. It kind of feels a bit like a kickoff event for me, where it's like, all right, we're in it. It's hockey all the time now, and I love it.
Like I said, it's the best time of year a little while ago for sports. MLB playoffs are underway. Football is underway. And the NHL season's about to get underway. Has a good chance here for the Gold Miners walking in. There's going to be delayed penalty coming to the Voodoos here as Vrugdenhill makes a save. And the Gold Miners are going to get their second power play of the game.
Gold Miners had a couple of solid chances on the first power play that they had at the top of this period. They were moving around the zone very well on the opportunities they did get, but the Voodoos stayed solid and were able to clear quite effectively. You need to have a bit more zone time. That's got to be the goal, more pucks towards the net if you are the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners.
Puck off the draw, DeBox gets it. DeBox plays it up the glass, but it's not out. No, it is, as Rousseau's able to tie up a Gold Miner player, and they're going to be able to get the puck down the ice. Now Dawson chasing after it. Dawson nearly gets a stick on it, but Rousseau keeps it. Puck in their own zone. Rousseau. A minute 30 left on this man advantage for the Gold Miners. Down the ice they go. And DeBox will be able to pick it up in the corner. Can he get it out? No, he can't. Dawson battling on the near side half wall for it, though. DeBox right in there as well. Still battling for it on the half wall. The puck does come loose. The Gold Miners pick it up. That's O'Grady. O'Grady going for a skate. That's a good block by Marnell, and Marnell gets the puck to the blue line, but not out. Now the puck back in for the Gold Miners. O'Grady battling with his fellow number 8, Justin Rousseau. Back to Rousseau. The near side, Dianoff. Back for O'Grady. O'Grady with a shot. And that one hits a body and goes out of play. I had mentioned it earlier, but it is a weekend full of sports. I'll be watching the Jays tomorrow. Depending on how things go, I might turn it off pretty quickly, but we'll see.
We'll see, but it is the first time that Jays and the New York Yankees have faced each other in postseason play, which really was an interesting stat to me. I was like, wow, with how heated that rivalry can get.
That just proves to you how hard it's been to get into the playoffs for years, because before you used to only get the division winners, and then they had to add the wild card. So if you're from the AL East, you're the only team from the AL East getting in if you're the division winner. As we're going to get a call here for a hand pass. And then the next day, it's going to be game 2 of the Jays game, and then our Bills play the Patriots at 8 o'clock.
See, I am less worried about one of those games.
Yeah, that's
Guess
fair.
what won?
Gee, is it the G? No, it's definitely the Bills. But we say that every week, and then look what happened last week with the Saints. So
Yeah, 19 from the Saints. No, thank you.
yeah, it's criminal. 46 seconds, on the man advantage.
And we do have a great kill in front of us. On his first shift, that first penalty kill unit, if you want to watch a guy and learn how to penalty kill, watch Justin Rousseau. He puts on a master class when he's out there in positioning and physical play. He just runs it like clockwork. It's impressive to watch every time.
Right from his first season in the league, he's been one of the most trusted penalty killers. Allen going for a skate. Allen blowing a tire. And the Gold Miners still have possession. Now Kratz gets to it, sends it around on the far side. It's back to the blue line. Gold Miners with possession, taking a shot. That one hits a body, goes wide. Now to the near side. Gold Miners still have possession, but now Jesse Lefebvre sending the puck down the ice. That Voodoos penalty kill employed Alex Little on the first unit as a forward, as he was one of the best defensemen in the league. So you had 3 defensemen out there, and then you put Justin Russo out there on the second unit, and it's basically another unit with 3 defensemen out there. That's how good Justin Russo is defensively. Now Roussel along the end wall. Battling for it, though. The Gold Miners come away looking to do the Michigan, perhaps, but couldn't quite get the puck to sit on his stick. Now another chance. That one goes high and over the net. We are back to 5-on-5 hockey as the Voodoos try to get the puck down the ice. That was Bradley, but now it's picked up by Roussel. No! He fans on it. Good chance here for the Gold Miners. That one's blocked by Jasoni. Good play by Jasoni to stop that one from getting through. Now Bradley with the puck. Bradley, down the ice it goes, bouncing. Lots of speed here from Lefebvre. Lefebvre comes away with it. Lefebvre on the near side. Tried to chip it past Russo. And now Gustav's going to come away with it. Saginaw in there as well. Still getting the puck down the ice, they do. Gold Miners bounce one in on Vrugdenhill, kick that one aside. Now, Saginaw going the other way. Saginaw walks in. Saginaw, who got the first Voodoos goal of this game, and we're going to see a penalty called here against the Gold Miners, I believe, for cross-checking. So the Voodoos are going to go to the man advantage, who they had a very dangerous man advantage in that first period.
Indeed, they had a lot of good shots from the perimeter. They were able to get to their bumper man quite effectively. And it was sort of that play where they could tread open the wide defensive stance of the Gold Miners, where they ended up getting their goal on 5-on-5. They've been moving the puck well. They've been shooting a lot, 28 shots already. And they're hoping to go up by 2 on the power play.
Getting it down the ice, but not all the way, was the Gold Miners. Now they do. They have a chance shorthanded. Good chance, good shot. That one just goes wide. And now it's back into the neutral zone. Mantari. That was Cowell who had his pocket picked. And they're going to send the puck right back down into Voodoos territory. Bagley picks it up. Bagley out from his own zone. Goes to the far side for Cowell, and that pass nearly was picked off. It was, as the Gold Miners were able to get the puck back into Voodoos territory. Saginaw with the puck in his own zone. Saginaw nearly lost it. Now he knocks a stick out of a Gold Miner player's hands. Now walking in is Pereira. Pereira blind pass over for Boys, as that was a slick feed by the rookie. Now Boys to Bagley. Bagley with a shot. That one goes wide of the net. Bagley scored his first goal a week ago today against these Gold Miners, although that one was more of a volleyball goal from a Gold Miner defender who knocked it into his own net. Now Bagley with the puck in his own zone. Under a minute left on this man advantage. A minute 30 left in this period as well. Pereira with speed. Pereira walks in, takes a shot, and that one is saved by McInnes. Now it's Pereira. Pereira throwing it out front. It bounces on McInnes, but he's going to stop that one. And Jax Pereira looking all sorts of dangerous there.
Not quite as fluid as the first power play here for the Voodoos, and the Gold Miners have been doing a good job of defending so far. Out on that first power play unit is Finn Mantari, who, if you watch the Great North U18 League, you saw a lot of playing with the Kapuskasing Flyers. He is transitioning well to this league on the penalty kill, and he has 4 points in 6 games played so far.
He's looked good for sure for the Gold Miners. And like you said, playing for the Kapuskasing Flyers last year, looked really good in the Great North U18 League. Lots of great Northern content here in the NOJHL and the Great North U18 League. Dawson in for the draw. It's won by the Voodoos. Back to the point for Roussel. Roussel to Kratz. Kratz walks in, takes a shot. That one hits a body and goes wide. Now the puck back down in the ice. Roussel's chasing after it. Vrugdenhill out to play it. Vrugdenhill leaving it for Roussel. Roussel going for a skate. Roussel gains some speed. Roussel walks in, takes a shot. That one hit a body and never made it on goal. Now to the near side as we're into the final minute here. Roussel plays it in deep for Russo. Russo on the near side in the corner. Still battling for it. Coming to the final few seconds on this man advantage. Kratz carries it, goes cross ice to Roussel. Roussel walks him in, tests a shot on goal, and saved by McInnes, as that was a good chance by Roussel. Now the patch is out of the reach for Wilson. Out front, good chance. Oh, and the puck bouncing around. Oh, what a good chance there for the Gold Miners, as bodies were flying everywhere. And now we get some more rough stuff here with Dawson and Alexander after the whistle.
Talk about chaos at the end of a power play. A brief 2-on-0 appears, but an incredible back check by Marcus Kratz. Take it away from his man, and Cole Vrugdenhill, again, with spectacular tracking and lateral movement, is able to stop this puck from going in. A couple dicey opportunities here for the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners, but we still remain a one-goal game with 29.7 seconds left in the second.
Wow. Lots happening in a short amount of time. As Cowell knocks his man to the ice. And now that's a big hit by Caden Cowell. And the Gold Miners still with the puck, flipping it in on Vrugdenhill, who makes the save. 19.9 seconds left on the clock.
Tensions certainly starting to spike a bit here as the game goes on. Rough stuff increasing. And then a big hit there by Cowell as well, contributing, stoking the coals a little bit. As the clock ticks down, around 10 seconds killed from the previous face-off.
Russo in for the draw. Yes, he's going to come in and join this line temporarily. Make sure that they get a good draw in. And Russo does win it back into the corner to the near side. Trying to get it out. Big hit thrown against Russo. Now, Lefebvre the other way, takes the shot. That one just goes wide over the net. To Box. He takes a hard hit. Now down the ice it's going to go. That should kill the rest of this time on the clock. O'Grady very slow to go across now after throwing that big hit on Russo. Russo had a hard hit against him in the game last week, and he was able to get up and keep on trucking, and once again able to get up and keep on trucking there. O'Grady, not so much, as Vrugdenhill has a few words for the bench as he goes by. And of course, you know, some people saw that big hit on social media afterwards, but Russo able to, again, keep on trucking. It's 2-1 after 40 minutes. Harrison, what a chippy second period before we go to break.
A chippy second indeed. Back and forth, much more even than the first, I would say. Not just because of the lack of goals scored, but because there was just equal opportunity. The Voodoos were able to establish themselves on the rush, had a brilliant forechecking sequence in the middle of the period, but so far McInnes was able to stop everything that was thrown at him. And then the other way, Cole Vrugdenhill has had his work cut out for him. He's had to track cross crease on multiple odd man rushes, and so far he's been able to stay on top of it. Truly is any man's game going into the third period, Courtney.
We'll have to see if someone's able to seize control a little bit more in the final frame or not. Again, he's Harrison, I'm Courtney. We'll be back with more after the second intermission.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items, or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
Welcome back to the Powassan Sportsplex. My name's Harrison. I'm with Courtney Kenny, and we are here about to start the third period of Voodoos hockey here between the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners and the Voodoos. As we go around the league quickly, we have the Iroquois Falls Storm up 3-1 over the Espanola Paper Kings halfway through the second period. Still knotted at ones between Sioux Michigan Eagles and the French River Rapids, and then with a commanding 4-1 lead at the end of the second period, the Hearst Lumberjacks lead the Timmins Rock. And again, we still have a 2-1 scoreline here in Powassan. Powassan has gone 0-for-2 on the power play. Same goes for the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners as we come out of a scoreless second period.
Well, Harrison, we talked about it during the intermission a little bit. Instead of resting our voices like smart people, we were talking, and we were talking about that Sioux Eagles French River game. We were like, wow, something's going to have to give as they're both winless teams. No, there's ties in this league.
Yes, as of last year, if nothing results after overtime, there is now a tie factor where both teams get a singular point. So they will get a point, but a win is not guaranteed.
Wouldn't that be something?
Indeed it would. But we do have something in front of us here as the teams come out. A tight game, shots 29-23, just in favor of the home team. And we saw some spectacular goaltending in that second frame. Cole Vrugden-Hill has been tracking and stopping laterally spectacularly. And McInnes has had to come up huge for his team quite a few times to make this only a one-goal game.
As we get set for the opening draw, and we are underway for this third period. And the Gold Miners in the road whites are going left to right to start the third. And the Voodoos are going right to left in their home greens as we're quickly into Voodoos territory now along the half wall. It's picked up by Roussel, who flips it around to the far side. Lefebvre chips the puck out and down the ice. Rousseau in pursuit, but it's going to be picked up by Fittger. Fittger on the far side. Now it's flipped down the ice by the Gold Miners, and that'll just miss Vrugden-Hill's net. So an early icing call here against Kirkland Lake.
We sort of saw a contrast in the two periods, how they started. The opening frame was just over a minute of play, leading to the lone Kirkland Lake goal. They kept up the pressure well, but the Voodoos have counterattacked. They have been in on the forecheck. They've been cycling well. They've been maintaining a lot of zone time, and a lot of that time with the puck.
Off the draw, boys try to get a quick shot on net, and that one doesn't make its way down, as now Marnell's going to chase after it, and that'll be another icing call here against the Gold Miners. One thing, I've highlighted this last game when I was with Ben Long on air, but Jax Marnell from St. John's, Newfoundland, said to me one time before a game when he was unfortunately he was a healthy scratch, but he did have an illness at the start of the season. I asked him, how would you describe your style of play, Jack? He said, when I'm on the ice, teams don't score on us.
Indeed.
As off the draw, he gets a quick shot in on McInnes, and that one hits a body before it got there, but McInnes covers up. But you got to love when a guy has that mentality, especially as a defenseman.
Well, we've seen a couple of breaks here where Kirkland Lake's been able to go on the rush, and on quite a few of those times, Marnell's been the lone man back, playing heavily, stopping a lot of stick movement, a lot of skating movement, and he does it so just by imposing his size, imposing good position, and breaking up the play.
Another shot on goal by Marnell is kicked aside by McInnes. The other thing that he also said to me is, I don't care if I play as long as we win. That's the other thing that he told us that day. So another great attitude to have in this league for sure. Now the puck on the far side, wrapped around. Gold Miners try to get it down the ice. They do, as they're going to be able to tip that one in. No icing on that as Head gets to it. Head plays it over for DeBox. DeBox flips it down the ice, and he's going to find his man Saginaw. Saginaw with a shot! And that one's a big save made there by McInnes, as his shot is going to flip and off the goalie and out of play.
Doesn't take a lot to sneak up behind a defender and to the blue line here in the, how should we say, minimized neutral zone of the Sportsplex, and Saginaw takes full advantage of that, receiving picture-perfect pass from Reed DeBox, and another 2-on-1 opportunity for the Voodoos.
Cowell with the puck off the draw. What a big save there by McInnes, as he absolutely robbed Barclay. Oh, wow. Now the gold miners the other way. Good chance here, but it's knocked aside. Pereira nearly got a stick on it. Now the gold miners once again with possession. Shot on goal. That one just was tipped wide. Now Barclay sends it down the ice, but it gets out of play, so we'll get a stoppage here.
Quick counterattack from Kirkland Lake, and we've seen them have strong sticks, especially in the zone, in the slot, forcing turnovers, forcing those secondary chances. It's how they got their first goal, and they're going back to the well with what's been working for them. Shots 23 for Kirkland Lake, 32 for the Voodoos, as the Voodoos win the draw back and send it behind their own net.
Harvey with the puck now, sends it back to the blue, or into the corner. Gold miners with possession, but it's picked off by Pereira. Pereira up for Cowell. Cowell leaves it for Barclay. Barclay goes for a skate, gets around his man. Barclay tried to find Cowell. Now the puck rolls in, and McInnes had to make a stop on that one as it hit off a defender and was on his net. Now Barclay, his first game in a Voodoos uniform here from South Carolina. That's a long way to go to play some hockey. I drove that this year.
Indeed.
Very beautiful countryside, though, down that way. Cowell with the puck again, going for a skate. I actually texted my buddy from North Carolina to tell him about that today. He got a good chuckle out of that.
How long did that take you?
It's about a 16-hour drive all the way to Charlotte, which is at the bottom of North Carolina. Now Roussel with a chance, and a good shot, and a good save made by McInnes. Williams got it to Kratz. Kratz gets it out of the zone and down the ice. That's going to be Burnett going for a chase. And he nearly got the puck knocked off. Yeah, we went to Charlotte, and it's just hugs the border of South Carolina. And there's actually an amusement park down there called Carowinds that is half and half. There's the state line runs through the middle, and I was going the other way. So I was in South Carolina very briefly.
Just passing through.
Yeah. Was there for a amusement park of all things. As now we see Burnett lose a helmet. And Mantari gets up, throws a stick, and the puck goes in the other way. Rough stuff boiling over here. Now it's picked off by the Voodoos, but not into his shooting lane as it comes out. Lefebvre picks it up. We saw a play like that last week with Cowell wrestled to the ice, as that'll go for icing. And his helmet came off and no call coming. Now both were tangled up there. That was Mantari and Burnett, who of course have played together, or not together, but against each other in the Great North U18 League last season.
And again, things have slowly been escalating in the physicality factor. We saw some chippiness in the first, increase towards the end of the second, and now it's boiling over into mini wrestling matches here in the third.
Puck off the draw, won by the gold miners, but it's out of their zone, and now Brownlee with a chance as he was knocked off the puck, and Lefebvre was right behind him, but it was pretty bang-bang. Now Allen walking in. Allen takes a shot. That one's over the net and out of play. Also, as a fellow Bills fan, I'm kind of disappointed he kind of missed in the one power play. I said, there's Allen quarterbacking the power play.
Oh, my God. Too focused on the game, not on...
You see, you're doing your job right. I'm making silly jokes.
I mean, Allen quarterback, it just rolls off the tongue.
It does. Kind of like how he rolls off some tackles.
Indeed. It's how I hear the game. It's just Allen quarterback. It's the only thing that sounds right at quarterback. He is the only quarterback
he is.
in NFL history.
No one else. I love that graphic. It's so good. Flipped down the ice by the Voodoos. It's picked up by Rousseau. Rousseau over for Lefebvre. Couldn't quite get a shot away, though, as the puck is in behind the net. Gold miners going the other way. Good stick by Dawson. Knocks that puck back. However, the gold miners pick it up quickly. Now back the other way. That's Leoners walking in. Leoners with the shot. And that one hit a body and went over the net. Now Lefebvre chipping the puck down the ice. That's going to go for offside against the gold miners. So they couldn't touch the puck, but I don't think Hickey got the memo. Now Lefebvre cutting to the inside. Lefebvre with a backhand chance. And that's a big save made by McInnes again. 15:06 left in the third period. It's 2-1 Powassan.
Harvey had a picture-perfect stretch pass to Leaners at the blue line and created a really quick opportunity for Kirkland Lake. They've been finding different ways throughout the neutral zone here in the third period, especially on the rush. and they had, again, one or two really nice stretch passes in order to make plays happen quickly.
Off the draw, Roussel takes a shot, and that's a glove save made by McInnes on a shot that went through traffic. Good save by the goaltender.
That made it through cleanly. It was going for that low glove hand, and McInnes found himself in good position just to let that one hit him and stop the puck. 15 minutes left, and we're still at a 1-goal game.
Kratz with the shot from the point as well, and McInnes looking like a good infielder, just picking up that ground ball coming his way.
Position, center yourself, snag it, make the play. He's been tracking the puck very well tonight. The Voodoos have sent a lot at him from all over the zone. If the heat map in the offensive zone was made for this game, it would just be all red, and he's been tracking extremely well.
Thankfully, it's not red on the ice, or else we might have a problem with keeping the ice frozen.
Indeed. Well, here, with how cold it gets here in the Sportsplex, I doubt it being
that's a good point.
Too cold is usually an issue, except for maybe in August.
Now a good chance off the draw there. That was Saginaw trying to get a chance, and McInnes making another big save. As you said, he's had a good game in net for the Gold Miners. Both goaltenders having themselves a game, as Kratz tried to bully his way in, couldn't quite get position, and now it's down the ice with Roussel. Roussel up the ice, was looking for Boys, and that'll go all the way to McInnes, so no icing as he's going to have to cover up and get the stoppage.
Another stretch pass opportunity for the Voodoos. Came in a little too hot. McInnes is able to track that one from the other end of the ice, and look, I've seen it happen at the NHL level. You got to be aware at all times.
Yeah, Vesatoskala, Chris Dawson would know better than me, but that was actually a former Centennial that scored that goal.
Oh, really?
I can't remember his name. As a Leaf fan, I don't want to remember his name. Allen down the ice. Looks to get a shot off, and that's a big hit thrown by Marnell. What a big hit by the by the defender from St. John's, Newfoundland. Pereira in his own zone, or in the Gold Miners zone. Got the puck to Cowell, who twists and gets away from that. Now back to the point. Good chance there by Marnell, and that one was just put over the net. Now going the other way. The Gold Miners back in for Evans. Evans with a chance. Tried to throw it cross ice, but a good play by DeBox. Broke up that pass. Now, on the near side, it's going to be a penalty called, I believe, against Allen. It looks like it's going to be, no, it's going to be Evans who's going, and I think it's going to be a 10-minute, or a misconduct anyways.
And Allen got blown up in the defensive zone. And as we said, from Marnell, they don't score when he's on the ice. Apparently they don't skate far either. As the Voodoos do an excellent job of getting back, defending in their zone, using that physicality to break up the play, and then have a really dangerous opportunity the other way. They're transitioning from defending to attacking really well, especially here in the third period.
So still 5-on-5 action here. As Bradley has the puck at the red line, dumps it in. McInnes. We'll have to see what the call is going to be on the Gold Miners. Either way, I think it's a 10-minute misconduct, so they're going to be playing a short bench here for 10 minutes. Alexander on the near side gets it back to Harvey. Harvey with a shot, and that's blocked by Bradley. Now another chance. They score! Cross ice. Chip it in. Nothing Brugdenhill could do on that one, as nobody had their man in the blue paint.
Kirkland Lake takes advantage of what had been working for them in the first and especially the second period, crowding the net, taking up as much space as they wanted, and the Voodoos just failed to defend the house, and it ends up at a tie game with just over half the period left to play. You can get all the momentum in the world, but if you don't do the fundamentals correctly, it's going to cost you, as it just did there.
Jake Williams with his third of the season on the doorstep. Again, nothing Brugdenhill could really do on that one. Roussel off the draw, going for a skate. Now how big are some of those saves by McInnes just moments ago? Now Lefebvre out front, good chance, and that one's tipped on net by Dawson as the Voodoos try to quickly respond. Kratz up for Dawson. Dawson carries it in, but Lefebvre was well in, and now a late hit against Dawson by Alexander Anderson. Never a good thing to see there. That's Tyson Anderson, as he's going to get a talking to here now from the linesman. Dawson, no worse for wear.
The Voodoos have been responding well. Again, they get scored on. They don't let that slow them down. They counterattack effectively and just quickly make another high-danger chance in front of the net of McInnes.
Off the draw, it's Allen with the puck. Allen crosses the red line, throws across ice, dumps it in. Now another chance going after it. That's Rousseau who gets to it. Rousseau threw it up the ice. Now it's to Rousseau, and Allen picks it up. Allen in his own zone. Going for a skate, gains the red line, dumps it in off the Voodoos bench. And it's picked up by the Voodoos. Lefebvre with the puck. Lefebvre looking down the ice. He couldn't quite get the pass up for Dawson, who had fled the zone. Now it's Roussel to Rousseau. Rousseau in the corner with the referee who blows a tire. It's up for Dawson. Dawson picks it up. Dawson at the Gold Miners blue line. Throws across ice, finds Lefebvre. Lefebvre walks in, takes the shot, and that one hit a body and went wide of the net. Now, Lenars gets taken down by Head, and we're going to see a whistle here. 11:59 left on the clock. 2-2 game.
Dawson receives the long pass really well at the blue line, waits for Lefebvre, and sends a picture-perfect backhand sauce onto the stick of Lefebvre. Lefebvre just can't quite get the angle on McInnes for the 40th shot of the game for the Powassan Voodoos.
Head off the draw. Won it to Marnell. Marnell gets it down to the Gold Miners blue line. Allen picks it up. Allen retreats into his own zone. Goes behind his net as the Gold Miners set up shop. Now Allen out of his zone. Goes cross ice. And that's going to be knocked into the Voodoos zone as they throw a big hit by their own bench. Now it's DeBox at his blue line. DeBox cross ice to the near side for Marnell. Marnell flipping the puck forward. That one hit a skate. Now Marnell's deposited. Flip to the near side. Voodoos still battling for it. It's in the zone, in the corner. Saginaw got it to Boys. No, it's past him. And now the Gold Miners have possession behind their net. The physicality ratcheting up in this game with each passing second. DeBox, or rather that was Head, is able to knock it down, and that'll be called on a hand pass. So we'll get a stoppage here.
Just to go back to the Kirkland Lake goal, it was scored by Jake Williams, assisted by Ryland Harvey.
Thank you for that update, Harrison. Shots on goal, 40-24 in favor of the Voodoos. 11 minutes left in this game, 11:01 to be precise. We're all knotted up at 2. Pereira in for the draw for Powassan in his own zone. Now the puck won by the Gold Miners. And takes the shot, and Vrugdenhill makes the save at the top of his crease. And we'll get a stoppage here and another face-off in Voodoos territory.
Vrugdenhill able to see that one cleanly from the point as the players sort of parted to reveal the puck to him.
Off the draw, Gold Miners with possession again, but Bagley gets to it in his own zone. Bagley throws it around to the far side. The Gold Miners can't keep the blue line. Now Anderson at the red line. Anderson tries to dump it in. It's bounced back to him. Now Williams, the goal scorer, skates it in. Williams goes around behind the net. Bagley knocked him off the puck, but the puck just sat there. Now it's to Barclay. Barclay was trying to find Cowell up the ice, and so did Pereira. Puck knocked back into the Voodoo zone. Bagley with it. Bagley off the end wall. He's going to find Cowell in the neutral zone, and that's going to go for icing as it never hit Cowell, the linesman say. So the Voodoos will have to fend off another offensive zone draw for the Gold Miners.
It's been a few pushes here for Kirkland Lake, trying to establish zone time, trying to get that go-ahead goal. They have not led since a minute and 17 in, looking to change that with this pressure that they've been able to maintain.
Off the draw, the Voodoos are able to get the puck down the ice as now it's Cowell. Cowell walks in. Cowell takes the shot, and McInnes looked behind him briefly, but he made the save as Caden Cowell has quite the shot from distance. We saw that a lot last year and again this season.
And that's just an unforced error that you can't make if you're Kirkland Lake. Just a careless backhand pass onto the stick of an attacker. And again, it didn't look like McInnes quite saw that one coming, as it was the stick handle into a really quick release from just off the ice.
Off the draw, Bradley with a sharp angle shot. And McInnes making another save. Here's the Voodoos trying to create a push of their own.
They've seen a lot of success on the forecheck. They've mixed things up off the draw. They've been winning a lot of their offensive zone draws. I wish I had the numbers directly in front of me, but they've been maintaining that time due to the strength of their face-off wins.
Off the draw again, Kratz goes cross ice for Roussel with a shot. Rebound just bouncing wide of the net. How many rebounds have done that tonight for Powassan? Big save again by McInnes. Kept in Burnett, knocks it towards the net. Bradley chasing after it. Bradley stops up, turns around. Still looking for the puck. Brownlee on the near side, and it's out of the goal miner zone. Kratz back to Roussel. Roussel at his own blue line, gets it up for Bradley. Bradley gets a piece of it, and chasing after it is Burnett. Burnett to Bradley. Bradley back to the point, and Roussel couldn't hold on, as Kratz now has it in his own zone. Kratz flipping it up, gets it to Bradley again. Bradley dumps it in, chasing after it. That's going to be picked up by Anderson. Anderson with the puck in his own zone, goes with some speed down the ice. Anderson into Voodoos territory, knocked off the puck by Roussel and then Brownlee. And now on the near side, a goal miner falls, knocking over Marnell as well. Couple of falling players, walks out. Hickey takes the shot, and Vrugdenhill makes the save there. Now we have a couple of players, that's Brownlee and Hickey, tied up after the whistle, but we will get to our mid-period break here. 8:55 left in this third period. Don't go away just yet. We're still knotted at 2. And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex for the second half of period number 3. I'm Courtney Kenny, he's Harrison Clements. It's a 2-2 hockey game. Hickey off the draw. Tried to get that one past Vrugdenhill, but it went over the net. Now the Voodoos with possession, getting the puck down the ice, but not out. Rousseau battling for it at the top of the zone, along with Lefebvre. Still battling for it along the wall. Coming away with it, though, 2 goal miners. Good chance here, but a body's flying everywhere as Dawson gets in there. And now a chip shot, and Vrugdenhill gloves that one down. 8:31 on the clock.
Kirkland Lake's done a fantastic job of chipping their way through the zone, just using their sticks to maintain possession, physical play to force their way past defenders. It's been a real problem for the Voodoos to try and shut down, especially in the third period, especially on that game-tying goal we saw just moments earlier.
Off the draw, the Voodoos win it back to the corner. Can they get it out of their zone? Alexander knocks Boys into the wall. Now Bagley picks it up for Jasoni. Jasoni tries to get it around back. Now he's going to pick it back up behind his own net. Jasoni is going to get it up to the blue line. Boys will get a piece of it, and they're going to wave off offside. Rousseau in his own zone with it. Rousseau has the puck up to his blue line. Throws that one down the ice, and that's going to go for icing against the gold miners, as no one was there. They were looking to maybe get something off the end wall, a bank pass maybe, but no one was there.
That is something you can do quite effectively here, especially at the Sportsplex. The boards are fairly bouncy, and with the decreased neutral zone size, you can get a play developing really quickly. We see the Voodoos put that to a lot of use, not necessarily off the kick plate, but
off the draw, Cowell just puts it wide of the net. Now Roussel, sorry Harrison.
No, plays happen and go.
As Kratz has it on the half wall, plays it in for Cowell. Cowell for Barclay. Now it's flipped back out by the gold miners. No, it's kept in by Kratz, and they're going to say no, it is offside. Well, from here it didn't look like it, but that's why the linesman is on the line.
They are on the line. It was awful close, and we've seen both sides sort of utilize that one-hand push to either keep in or keep out of the zone quite effectively tonight, just using every bit of themselves in order to keep the play rolling.
Allen with the puck in his own zone, down the ice. And it's going to be flipped in and icing again against the gold miners with 7:29 left on this clock.
Feels like things have stalemated a little bit here in the middle 5 minutes of play between both squads. Neither team establishing a solid foothold, but the Voodoos, when they've won the draw, have had just some extended zone time, especially off the draw.
Kratz to Roussel with the one-time attempt, and that one just hit a body and went wide. Now Kratz keeps it in, dumps it in deep, and it's going to be Pereira who gets it out for Barclay, who tried to find Cowell out front. Now Roussel with it, with a shot, hit a body, puck was there, and is picked back up by Pereira. Pereira flipping it in deep. Now it's the gold miners' turn to bend and not break here, as the Voodoos were getting a whole lot of opportunities. Now it's down the ice the other way. Lamontagne gets the puck in deep in the Voodoos zone as it didn't take a friendly bounce. Now Kratz up for Cowell, trying to get it past Fittger, couldn't quite. And Roussel gets to it. Roussel up for Cowell. Cowell flips it in. Lamontagne sends the puck in deep as Vreugdenhill's stick is on the ice. Kratz sends it right back to him. And so Vreugdenhill's able to get a stick back now. Barclay sends the puck in deep and is going to go for a change as Cowell on the forecheck. Now it's Bradley who keeps it in. Bradley flipping it towards the net. Bradley nearly put it on net. It just missed. Now the puck squeaks out, and no one was there, as that was a pass that I don't think even McInnes saw until it sat in his blue paint. Now it's down the ice. Marnell picks it up. Marnell, far side for DeBox. DeBox sends it right back in. Bradley chasing after it. Bradley with a chance, sharp angle, and the puck bouncing as the Voodoos get a couple of chances. Now another chance from the point. Good chance, big save if it hit him. I think it might have hit a body, but still, give the roses where they're due as McInnes with a good chance. Now Brownlee, sharp angle, Brownlee with a chance. Big save by McInnes, puck still sitting there. It's loose, it's on the doorstep, now it comes out wide as the Voodoos pushing and pushing. There's a Voodoo body kept in net on top of the goalie, and finally they're gonna call something as the play is blown down. It's just, who's it gonna come to with 5:40 left on this clock? And there was a Voodoo entirely in the net. That's Bradley. Surprise, surprise, it's Heath Bradley. But we'll have to see what the call is, as Bradley's talking to the linesman now to see what he's got. And it looks like Anderson's going to go to the box. And it looks like Bradley's going to go to the box. So is it 4-on-4 or are they coincidentals? That's the question.
I would argue coincidental.
Yeah, it looks like it. So it's going to be 4-on-4. They're putting the 2 minutes on the board.
Well, if you want to talk about Bradley, that entire sequence starts because of an excellent zone entry by him. Chips it past the defender. Is able to get first, second shot, keep the play alive, kick it back out towards the blue line, and the Voodoos are just able to keep rolling. They've been able to find the space effectively, and with 4-on-4 on this ice, they have as good a chance as any.
Oh, you said if we want to talk about Bradley, I have all day to talk about Heath Bradley.
I know.
Fittger walks in. Good chance here for the gold miners as well, 4-on-4, but a good stick there by Begley. Now Begley down the ice. It's a 2-on-1 for the Voodoos if they hurry. Up for Dawson, he shoots! Big save made by McInnes! What a chance by Caleb Dawson. And then the melee starts again after the whistle. Do these teams like each other, Harrison?
I don't think so. But an excellent opportunity by the Voodoos, by Dawson, creating that 2-on-1. Again, utilizing the space generated by the 4-on-4 immediately for a high danger opportunity. And again, another break that McInnes has to track and stop. He hasn't been letting anything go 5-hole. He's been keeping his pad solid. It's been generating a lot of rebounds, but you know what a rebound is? A puck not in the back of your net, and he's been utilizing it to great effect.
Yeah, some people use rebound like as a dirty word in hockey, but again, like you said, it's a puck not in the net. Caleb Dawson scoring a beauty against the Gold Miners last week through the 5-hole on a breakaway. So, like you said, nothing going in through the 5-hole for McInnes. There have been a few moments where he's had to look behind him, but he's still only allowed 2 so far. Off the draw, Rousseau plays it back around for his man. Now it's down the ice. Hickey tried to get a piece of it. Jasoni's able to bat it down and send it right back in. That's going to be Gustav with the puck in his own zone. For Rousseau. Up for Hickey. Hickey back for Williams, who tied the game earlier this period. Williams stops up, tried to play it out front. Now Bagley going the other way. Bagley walks in. Bagley with a shot, and McInnes makes another big save with 58 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Braden Bagley showing some offensive flair here in this 4-on-4, Harrison.
Bagley sees the play very well, is able to just get it into the zone, keep up the pressure. But I really want to talk about the defensive ability of Jasoni. He plays that perfectly. There's the puck at the ice, and a rush is starting to develop for Kirkland Lake, but he gaps perfectly, is able to create enough space, is able to create that turnover, is able to get it to his teammate in order to get Bagley up and in that play.
Roussel for Pereira for Kratz. Kratz throws it out front. He's taken out of the play, and the Gold Miners go the other way. Playing defense is Roussel and Pereira. Now another shot. That one goes wide of Rugdenhill's net. Kratz looking for his options. Plays it to Pereira behind the net. Pereira boxes his man out. Plays the puck up. Looking for Roussel, and he finds him. Roussel down the ice. He has Cowell. Roussel walks in, takes a shot. Save made by McInnes, and the rebound sat there. And the Gold Miners are going to send the puck all the way back into Voodoos territory. And with 13 seconds left on this 4-on-4, the Voodoos are going to have an offensive zone draw on the icing call.
We've seen it a lot, especially from this wonderful vantage point that we have here calling the game. Roussel loves to shoot it low above that sweet spot below the glove, above the pad. He was successful there earlier. He goes for it once again. But again, Kirkland Lake is just able to stay on top of it.
Boys to Marnell off the draw. Far side for DeBox. DeBox with the shot. And that one hits the boards and goes wide. And now it's Boys battling for it below the line. Boys with Saginaw. Saginaw watching. Now it's out front. Marnell with a chance. Marnell gets the shot away as that shooting lane was closing. But McInnes is able to kick it aside. Now DeBox couldn't quite keep it in the zone. And it's played up for Marnell. It's kicked towards Rugdenhill, and it's over his net as that puck was bouncing. Now another chance here potentially for the Gold Miners, but it's picked up by the Voodoos, and that's going to be sent down by Saginaw. Now Alexander, it's up for Leaners. Leaners walks in, Leaners with a shot, and that's a save made by Rugdenhill. Now another chance, sharp angle, and that one hit Rugdenhill's glove and goes out of play. 3:04 left in the third period, and my goodness, what a game.
Talk about chaos back and forth. And Kirkland Lake, again, just keeping up the pressure. They've been doing it so well in the offensive zone, using their active stick in order to create those secondary and tertiary chances. And Rugdenhill has had to stay sharp down to the wire.
Shots on goal, 49-29. And the Gold Miners win the draw all the way back into their own zone, as now they have possession in their own zone. Up the ice, Jasoni is able to pick it up on that pass out. And he's going to send it right back in. No icing, though, as he was within the red line. Rousseau with the puck. Rousseau out front. Gets it to Bagley with a chance. Sharp angle. Chance off the post. No goal, they say. Oh, my goodness. Few good chances there as they're digging away at it now. How did that not go in? Voodoos with the game on their stick. And the puck's going the other way. Bagley picks it up. Now in the Voodoos zone, Bagley comes in with it. Rousseau picks it up, gets it up for Dawson. Dawson couldn't quite get through the chaos, but now it's picked up again by Rousseau, who wills the puck forward. Rousseau trying to get the puck into Gold Miners territory. Dianoff walks in. Dianoff to Evans. Evans takes the shot. That one's kicked aside by Vrugdenhill. Now Rousseau up the ice for Cowell. Cowell leading the rush. Cowell back for Roussel. Roussel with the shot. What a save made by McInnes. As now the puck is going to hit the meshing and go out of play with 1:52 left on the board.
You could see it from up here, the puck dancing along the red line. You heard it go off the post. You could see it for a second. And nothing was able to bat the puck in the back of the net. That's as good a chance as the Voodoos have had on their 50th shot of the game. McInnes has had himself a night.
Off the draw, Cowell with a shot. And that one stopped by McInnes. And the Voodoos again with the puck. He's hauled down though. No call coming, as the referees have probably put their whistles away for this one. Roussel over for Kratz. Kratz flips the puck in. The Voodoos will chase after it. It's Barclay on it. Now it's for Pereira out front, nearly got it. And McInnes had to hug his post on that one. Down the ice, Williams chasing after it, and it's going to go icing as Kratz is deemed to have just beaten him out. 1:24 left on this third period. It's a game in October, but it feels like it's April.
The intensity of this one is really ratcheted up in the final 10 minutes, folks. 1:24 left in regulation, and both teams just on the rush, and the Voodoos especially have had quite the chance.
Off the draw, the Voodoos tried to get something going, but now it's out of the zone. Picked up by Roussel. Roussel dumps it in. Cowell in the near side half wall. It's picked up by Williams. And down the ice goes Kratz. Back to Barclay. Barclay nearly lost it. Now it's Roussel with it. Roussel looking to get to Cowell. He's knocked off the puck. Now Roussel back for Kratz. Kratz looks up the ice. He looked for Cowell. Now it's going to be Pereira in a foot race. Pereira beats him out. Out. Sharp angle. Cowell out front. Oh! Couldn't get a shot away. Now Pereira on the doorstep. And the Voodoos couldn't get a couple of chances on that, as McInnes was able to keep it out. Now Cowell, as we're into the final minute, it's picked up by Pereira. It's given away to Williams. Williams the other way. Williams didn't realize that he had Anderson with him, flipped it in, and the Voodoos might have avoided a chance there with Bagley as the lone defender. Alexander down the other way. Flips it towards Allen on the near side. Allen now in the neutral zone, flipping it into Voodoos territory. Jasoni with it. 20 seconds on the clock as Jasoni boxes his man out. Now it's Bagley with the puck. Bagley up for Dawson in stride. Dawson walks in. Dawson with the shot. And McInnes with the save, as we get all these great chances for the Voodoos, who have now thrown 55 pucks towards McInnes. 9.8 seconds left in regulation.
It doesn't get much better than this, folks. A lot of scoring opportunities, a beautiful stretch pass, and Dawson again tries to beat McInnes 5-hole, and he's just shutting the door time and time again. 9.8 seconds left in the game.
Off the draw, Saginaw with the puck, back for Kratz. Kratz can't quite make the play happen. Now Leoners with the last second chance. Leoners walks in, takes the shot, and Vrugdenhill had to make the save on that one, and we are heading to overtime. And it's funny that we should talk about overtime for a different game tonight. Now we're going to get it for this game. Harrison, can you take us through how overtime is played in the NOJHL?
NOJHL overtime is played 7 minutes of 3-on-3 play. If there is no victor at the end of said 7 minutes, a new rule implemented last year shows a tie. We do not have a shootout, we have a tie. 1 point going to each team. Funny you mention it. That game we were referring to earlier, Sioux, Michigan versus the French River Rapids, is going to overtime as well, tied at 2 apiece. While we're talking around the league, we also have a 6-1 game for the Hearst Lumberjacks over the Taymans Rocks with just over 4 minutes remaining in that game, and Iroquois Falls is up 4-1 with most of the third period left to play, and that is against the Espanola Paper Kings. So a couple of nail biters here tonight in the Noj, as both teams are taking their final break before we will see said overtime.
Where's the offense gone for Espanola in that game? My goodness.
They have been rolling, but Iroquois Falls with a much-needed offensive outburst here tonight on Friday. But we are getting back to things here at the Sportsplex as the goalies return to their nets, the skaters return to the ice, and we will have what is sure to be an entertaining 7 minutes or less.
Regardless of the stars in this game, I think Vrugden Hill and McInnes are both deserving.
Absolutely. They've been the difference makers. They've had to come up huge. Well over 10, 15, half of the shots that they have faced have been decisive, leading us to this point.
To get things started, the Voodoos in their home greens are going to be going left to right, and the gold miners in their road whites are going right to left. Well, it'd be a shame if this game ended in regulation as the gold miners get the puck, and it's Hickey. Skates the puck towards the Voodoo zone. Hickey with Bagley on him. Now it's played in deep. Allen lost it to Pereira, though, as Pereira's going to come out with it. Pereira with some speed. Gets around his man. Pereira walks in. Pereira with a shot, and that's stopped by McInnes. Now back to the blue line. Bagley with it. Bagley towards the net, and that one hit Cowell and is into the corner. Allen. Cowell right there. Cowell gets the puck out front. It's going to be picked up by Kratz. Kratz in the slot takes the shot, and McInnes kicks that one aside. Now it's Cowell again. Cowell in the corner throws it out front, and no one was there, so the Voodoos are going to go for a quick change here as Kratz is going to go back, and Vrugden Hill is going to play it up. Vrugden Hill up for Cowell, and the puck just hops over his stick as Cowell stayed on looking to get a breakaway. Now it's Williams with the puck. Williams sends it down the ice. Boys is on him, and Kratz is going to come away with it and gets it to Saginaw. Saginaw walks in, flips the puck in. Saginaw with the puck in his own, or in the gold miners zone. Tried to play the puck back. He does, as it's picked up now by Jasoni. Jasoni walking in, throws the puck cross ice. Boys will pick it up, and Boys will carry the puck out to create some room. Boys up for Saginaw. Saginaw leaves it for Jasoni. Jasoni walking in. Jasoni lost the puck, and now Anderson picks it up. Anderson spins and turns. 5:20 on this overtime clock. Game is tied at 2 apiece. Up the ice now, as that's Harper. Harper tried to get around Roussel. Roussel with good stick knocks it away. Now it's up for Saginaw, but Saginaw's at the end of a long shift here. Saginaw loses the handle on it. Now Boys picks it up. Puck is loose. Saginaw couldn't quite get a piece of it. Now it's Roussel. It's a 2-on-0 for the gold miners. Harper out front. Good chance here. What a save by Vrugden Hill! Are you kidding me? Oh, baby! Roussel the other way. Roussel tries to spinorama, and he loses the puck. Now it's Harper. Excuse me if you have to turn down the volume on your TV at home. That was exciting. Now going the other way. That's Gustav walking in. Gustav walks in, takes a shot that's off Rousseau's leg and goes wide. Now the gold miners with the possession in the neutral zone. Leaving it for Evans. Evans going for a skate, trying to get around Lefebvre. Lefebvre all over him, walking in. And now a good chance for the gold miners. They shoot it. What another big save by Vrugden Hill. Is going to cover up as he had a couple of whacks at that. Oh, Cole Vrugden Hill. Are you kidding me?
Absolutely unreal effort by the Powassan Voodoos netminder with that first highlight reel save. And then again on the follow-up, Kirkland Lake doing an excellent job of managing the puck, making things difficult in their own zone for the Voodoos to get a lot going, but they counterattack, they take full advantage of a bad line change, get a 2-on-0, and the Voodoos are lucky to be in this, and they should be thanking their netminder.
Off the draw, the gold miners are back into their own zone. Allen with the puck. Allen going for a skate, trying to get around Barclay. He does. 2-on-0 here for the gold miners. They get a chance, and they put that one wide of the net. Now, going back into the neutral zone again. That's Wilson. He nearly lost it to Kratz. Kratz chasing after. Kratz picks it up. Kratz had a man out front. That was Barclay, but he couldn't make the pass go through. Now going the other way are the gold miners. Dawson back on the defense. Dawson with a good stick. They walk out front, though, and now a chance, and they threw that one into the corner. No one was there. Lamontagne to Wilson. Wilson twisting and turning. Looking through his options here. Wilson flips it to the near side for Anderson. Anderson, 3:10 on the clock here. Anderson goes around Kratz into the corner. Now on the far side still. Williams tries to walk in. He does. Williams leaves it for Fittger. Fittger with the shot. And that one rides up Vroogden Hill and out of play with 2:54 left in overtime.
Kirkland Lake's getting the odd man opportunities. They're creating the space. They're creating the passes. And a wide open net, theirs for the taking, just shot wide. Kirkland Lake has really started to ratchet up the high danger chances as this overtime has proceeded.
Pereira off the draw, trying to win it to Cowell. He does. Cowell now for Jasoni. Jasoni with some speed down the ice. Jasoni has Evans. Jasoni turns around. Jasoni walking the line, leaves it for Pereira. Pereira walking in, can't quite get around his man. Now Pereira walks the line again. Pereira, nifty little move. Pereira out front, good chance, big save made by McInnes. Now the Gold Miners going the other way. Evans going back around Vroogden Hill's net. Evans leaves it at the top of the zone for Harper. Harper, who got the goal scoring started here, gets it to Cowell, now to Pereira. Pereira up for Cowell. Cowell with a step. Caden Cowell with a chance. What a save by McInnes. Oh my goodness, 2:05 on the clock.
And an excellent shift by Jax Pereira. Gets a couple of opportunities, is able to set up well in the offensive zone. The spinorama move with a centering pass isn't quite enough to make things happen. And then again, just the quick chips through neutral ice to Cowell. Another high danger chance for the Voodoos, but McInnes has been fantastic.
Dawson with the puck in the corner. Couldn't quite hold on to it though. Now as the Gold Miners have numbers going the other way. Up for Gustav. Gustav with the puck, takes the shot, he scores! Minute 50 left in overtime, and the Gold Miners steal one from the Voodoos in overtime. And the fans go crazy here that travel from Kirkland Lake of a 3-2 game in which they only have McInnes to thank.
An absolutely incredible show of net minding from both of these squads. You couldn't have asked for a closer game. 59-36, the shots on goal. McInnes, have yourself a bow. It's of course not the result that the fans here in Powassan wanted, but you can't deny the effort. It was an absolutely incredible game from both of these squads. The Voodoos will walk away with a point for going into overtime. But Kirkland Lake just took advantage of what was working best for them. They were able to find the odd man opportunities. They were able to create a couple more chances off the rush, and that's what ended up paying off for them in the end.
Well, the Powassan faithful should kind of give themselves a bit of a shake as they were out-cheered by the Gold Miners faithful here in their own barn. Might have to reevaluate that one moving forward, but a great game, like you said, by McInnes, and a great game by the Gold Miners altogether. Although the Voodoos really dominated possession, 59 shots towards McInnes, 36 towards Vroogden Hill, and both goaltenders standing on their heads in this one, trying to make highlight save after highlight save, and I think you're going to see a few more of those, hopefully at some point as the season goes on and we see saves of the year so far. I'd say there was a few of them. I don't know if it's too early to say, but that certainly felt like game of the year material here as well at the Sportsplex. Harrison, your final words before we go.
Are you not entertained? That was absolutely incredible. No matter what team you were cheering for, you don't get much better hockey than that than tuning in tonight to the NOJHL. I'll quickly wrap up with where things sit around the league, as it looks like the French River Rapids take home their first win of the season in 3-2 overtime victory against the Eagles. Hearst wraps things up 7-2 against Timmins. Of course, here tonight, Kirkland Lake takes the decider against Powassan, and things are still in Iroquois Falls' favor as they are doubled up over Espanola 4-2 with half of that game to play. But it was a fantastic game of hockey tonight, an outstanding display of goaltending, and an awfully fun game to call, as we have a couple of games tomorrow throughout the league. The Sioux Thunderbirds against the Blind River Beavers, and the Espanola Paper Kings against the Sioux Eagles. And then after that, folks, we have the NOJHL showcases, when you will next hear from us, as myself, Courtney, and Ben Long, as well as, of course, tomorrow, actual birthday boy Mike Brown, our cameraman, will be joining us at the Gary McCrory Community Arena in Sudbury, Ontario for one of the best events of the year, and especially of the NOJHL Showcase. So that about wraps it up for me, Courtney. Anything for you?
No, I have nothing else to add up. You wrapped it up nice and neatly with a nice little bow. Very entertaining game here at the Sportsplex again. I think the Voodoos fans do need to, like I said, look at themselves a little bit as they got out-cheered here in their own barn by the gold miners. But again, what a great game. And McInnes, once again, standing on his head in overtime and throughout this game for the gold miners. 59 shots. That's more rubber than the North Highway sees all year long. Anyways, thanks again, Harrison, for being along for the ride. Cameraman Mike, again, his birthday is tomorrow. And we'll be back in action for the showcase on Tuesday. That'll do it here from the Sportsplex.